the highest one we can do other than the school. Yeah, I did.
Days than not, you just feel like shit. You just feel like a scumbag. I just couldn't cope with it. Fucking hell, man.
MC Boyne carry. Oh, it's not over. Okay, let's go. To jump, and then I'm in the air, I can counter it and send it back. Cool.
You want to do this first? What? No, you were just about to do some work, aren't you? Why did you spin the computer?
Hey. Hey.
You're not allowed to work unless you're getting paid double time and a half.
Yes, do you want to see?
You're not allowed to work. Yeah, you can play Stickman Golf 2 or friggin' soccer physics. This game's too easy. Oh, Max.
Yeah, you're right. It's just like...
Full bump. Actually.
Got it? Good man. Good stuff, big man. Oh, yeah. Good guy. Oh, back it.
Yeah. Now that's one for the clips. Just an octane, bro. It's just an octane. What's the problem? Hell yeah. Ah, shit, my bad. I was saying no cleavage today, mate. I've gone the opposite. I've picked the tightest jumper I could. I'm locking up that cleavage, mate. Not happening. Is the music still playing? Yeah, it is. It's not no audio, it's just no mic. How many gift subs for cleavage? 1. No, I don't think this jumper can. Is that what you're after? If I were to not have my shirt on. You are after that.
Nerd gaming.
Let me consult with Jared here. Jared, how many gift subs is chest here?
I'm watching a webinar about mortgages.
400. I think Joey can do that one.
400.
And if you don't do it, Joey, I'm disappointed. Bloody hell.
Isn't that like...
Oh shit. No. Please.
Mate,
Think of your children.
400, I think I'd have to be shirtless the rest of the stream. Yeah, I was just trying to do that math. I'm pretty sure it's like way too much. I know it, I can't remember how much it discounts to when you buy I think is it 50 or 100? One of those, it like discounts it. Are you a man or a mouse?
Oh, I'm scared. Never do it, Joey, please.
Yeah, definitely don't. A wink? No, I'm kidding, to do it. I don't need that much. I wouldn't know what to do with it.
2 grand.
Yeah. Dad. Think about all the rabbits you could buy with that money.
Exactly. Perfect way to think about it.
Nice. Oh, I have a sneeze.
You're right, straight into the mic.
Oh, you said it too late. We'll see if I get another one. Yeah, I'll turn the gain up as well. I have to get the cleaning cloth out. Alright, let's wipe this mess up. Sorry I googed on you all. Do you reckon Lauren's ever going to jump in the voice chat, or we're just going to be waiting here all night?
No, we're just gonna be waiting here all night. Hey,
Oh, I guess.
oh, she guesses.
We're playing some
decided to not go
Overwatch
over rank.
tonight because we hate ourselves.
Yep.
Wow, I'll just
Every
leave.
second
I'll
of it.
continue being a nerd. Bye bye.
I love mortgages. I love mortgages.
Mortgages, mortgages.
Are you watching the Zoom?
Yeah, I'm watching the Zoom. It got recorded.
She's watching a Zoom about mortgages.
It's actually very helpful.
Damn.
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 What's more nerdy, watching a Zoom about mortgages or watching a live stream in preparation for a rocket taking off?
Wait,
Mortgages,
where is?
100%. Anything financial, like in depth, is dirty as hell.
That's what I
Spaceships are
thought.
cool.
Yeah, they're badass.
Yeah, they're way cooler than
You
freaking
should
mortgages.
put the
Jared
live
said,
stream in the corner. of
Joey
the
said
stream
rocket
so
is
your dad-
nerdier. Oh, I could.
You could and
How do
be
I-
like,
yeah.
Dad, watch my live stream.
And have it in the corner.
Actually, can I do it as like a...
Face cam.
No.
Rocket face cam.
I was gonna see if I could do it as like an embedded file. So yeah, when you say base cam, yeah. Like with a frame. In-depth financial stuff is not nerdy, it's alpha. That's what Joey says.
Hell yeah. I'm alpha.
Not alpha, it's nerdy as
I'm
hell, bro.
friggin' alpha.
It's so nerdy, dude.
What? Okay.
It might be beneficial,
are rich
but it's
though.
nerdy as hell.
Bro, LMI concessions? That's hot.
Wow,
frick is
what
an
the
LMI
hell did you say?
You
talking about BMI?
Certain
Oh,
industries
she's gonna teach us.
get concessions where they don't have to pay lenders' mortgage insurance, like lawyers, but not
Jared's listening
engineers. Yeah. So you
I
don't
don't-
have to pay LMI. You can have a 10% deposit, not pay LMI. You're a lawyer. And there's a bunch of other things, but not engineer. Cringe.
I pooped my pants.
Don't know about that.
Do you think I'll get a mortgage then?
Maybe.
I've never
Definitely
heard
back on
anyone
that
call lenders
Honestly,
mortgage insurance LMI.
Only
Everyone's always said lenders mortgage insurance.
It's called LMI.
No one needs to
People
talk
call
about it that fast.
Let me in! What a terrible cringe.
Joey said don't pay it, it's bad.
Yeah, I know. I don't want to pay it. That's why I watch the webinars, mate.
But if you're a lawyer,
Is
If I
what's in-
talk to my mother, she'll just tell me.
you just say here's a house, mate.
She's gonna come.
LMI. Is that LMI?
It's like a React emote. LMAO, it's LMR. Bro, this freaking. Oh, mate. Cringe team. Cringe team. Anyone with a Korean name, I immediately think is a hacker.
Wow, that was almost racist.
That's racist.
No,
But then it
it's
just
not
became
racist.
factual.
Yeah.
Oh, what
Because
the?
they're playing in different. Oh, that's good. Oh, no.
On our team.
They might
Oh, I
just
thought it-
have lost internet.
Yes. Don't be so rude about it. Like, they might be poor.
Like Jared.
Like
Like
me.
us, we're the ones that have that issue, not Jared.
Yeah.
Jared's internet's cringe.
We've had that
Dude.
issue way more than Jared.
And also, me and Kirsten are dual income. No kids, bro.
Alright, watch yourself, buddy.
Alright, okay.
Alright.
Hey, that just means we
Weird
have less to
flex,
pay
buddy.
for.
Weird flex.
Weird flex.
That's disgusting of me, dude. To assume you
It's
have
very
less
Jewy
money.
of you.
We do have less money, but cringe.
So Jewy of you, Jared. Freaking
What a
hell.
friggin' lawyer. Because Andrew's IT man.
Dude, I'm like IT missed.
Not yet. You're not IT man
Well,
yet.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
I still haven't got a start date from school. About when I can. So I'm just taking. I'm almost gonna be like, if I don't get a start date by Monday, I'm just gonna skip 2 weeks time.
Mate, if you don't get one from them by Monday, just don't show up.
I'm sorry, you wanted a maths teacher? Don't know what that is.
I'm an IT guy now.
I only solve IT
Okay,
problems
he's
now.
not a hacker. He's not a hacker.
Wow.
sweaty team. Well, no, okay. Playing different servers.
Okay, now you can talk shit about
Always
the
a
other
little-
person.
Yeah, it's always a little bit sussy when someone plays in a different server to what is normally their server. Oh my gosh, and they're so sweaty. They're just... This Moira's chucking little crap to get rid of me.
All good, Joey.
Oh, that's what Moiras do.
And they just purposely go... Oh! Okay, I got their Lucio. We can get him. We can get him. We can get him, Andy. Ah! No healing. Thank you.
Who did we lose? Did we lose a DPS or a healer?
A healer.
Oh, that's why we're struggling.
They're a lot better as well. But
No, that healer left like immediately. We didn't get a chance to actually see.
well, they left immediately after they had taken the first.
Our numbers are intensely similar. I wouldn't assume that other team's better. They're not that good. They just got a good early push, and someone on our team is a coward.
Oh man.
Every time Diana wants me to fill up her water, she doesn't say anything. She just sings that song from Shrek that Princess Fiona sings to the birds, and I know it means fill up my water.
I don't even remember the song she sings. Do you guys remember the song that Fiona sings to the birds? Oh wait, is it just the...
birds up into bed?
Yeah, it's that one, dude. That's it, that's it.
What?
That's it. Yeah.
What?
Nah, I think I remember what you're talking about now. It's the one
I
where she
wanna-
goes, oh, Is that what she does?
Oh, you guys.
Lo lo lo, lo lo lo, lo lo.
They sing anything by that one bird.
Is it? Does she sing? Hey now, your nose down.
Yeah.
Andrew, why are you hoodie? Where's your hat? This isn't a hillbilly stream. This is a homeless man stream.
It's just a hillbilly stream.
Yeah, exactly. What real hillbillies is like.
Do you do the bird bit, Joey? Do you whistle back to her?
Restart to fix my settings and then restart again.
Let's go, boys.
No, you just,
Go left.
do you try and fill up the water quick enough before she gets to the last bit? Is that the aim of the game? Get it done quick before she starts just full screaming?
They have a Sombra? How cringe.
Yeah, you have to get it done quick enough.
But they had a Sombra as well.
Nah, they never had a Sombra.
Looked like they had a Sombra.
Probably just Symmetra. I get her confused sometimes.
Well, no.
Because she moves quick.
Went invisible. That's why I pulled it.
Invisible?
Yeah, because Symmetra goes. Oh, Sombra goes invisible.
Can Symmetra go invisible then?
Not at all.
Oh, then you're seeing things, mate.
You know what I'm gonna do?
Report them for hacking.
Hell yeah.
Because they went invisible. Can I get some healing up in here?
Oh my god,
One heal.
I like that she still reacts like that though. Good luck. Oh, she's got Lucia.
Oh, I distracted them. Yeah, let's go, Lauren. You know how to wall ride? You're gonna wall ride over the top?
She's been practicing custom parkour maps.
No, I haven't.
You should be.
Just because I know they exist doesn't mean I play them.
LOL.
I will break before I yield.
Should I just group around them?
Can we just leave? Let's just leave. We can. We
You
don't
can
get.
win this, guys!
No!
Winnable.
This is miserable.
Winnable!
Team. Match. Win-ball. Spell win-ball. I do say so.
Let's go. You got this. You got this. You got this.
I'm getting Bob.
Character.
Bob.
I'll play Bob.
Yeah, can you boot up as Bob?
You guys need some
Zenyatta is not a meme character. How dare you?
Who said that?
Just a second, guys. I gotta hear something that Kirsten's dad told me.
tell you how to fix the toilet.
How you going, little libtard whippersnapper? Anyway, here's another tip for you from good old dad. Check your pipes, mate.
Be sure to check your pipes. Easy. Easy.
Yeah, pretty much.
Rip our lever. People are so cringe.
Someone left our team early on in that match, so we were doomed to lose that from the start.
But before we play another one, guess what I need, Andrew?
Not a cup of tea, I already made you
Da
one.
da 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 da.
How about
Start
no?
making noises until you're making a tea.
How about
I'm sick.
no? I'm not
sick.
making you a tea, Lauren. Let me just... Oh, Jesus. Trying to get pity points, alright.
I'm sick.
I'm not getting you a tea.
You're a horrible husband.
No, I'm not. I've already made you one.
Yeah, but I'm sick.
It wasn't even that long ago either.
I made you a child.
I think I could do this. I go... Oh, it actually works.
Having the live stream there.
We brought you here today to let you know that we made the business decision to switch to ClickUp.
Jared, you're the one who said they were going somewhere.
There's no innovation,
We're waiting for you.
no features,
Yeah.
or customer support.
No, I just said
There
that
have been
Kirsten had told
several
me.
complaints.
So what was it?
That
Okay.
I just
That I'm
have
gay,
my
yeah,
way
someone else
of
gay.
operating.
I know, and we really appreciate everything that you've done, but we just can't be productive with you on the team. And we gave
I can't
consideration to
skip
the fee
this.
hikes, but then
We
there
just
was
have to let
a
it go.
issue, and now you're telling us that you don't have the speed to work with our new projects, and we can't proceed.
Come on. It's not that bad.
Well, we need
I'm trying
more
to-
features,
okay.
and you charge
I'm
us
trying
for
to get
add-ons.
the-
Our non-dev team
the
wants
live stream
to
on
work in a
stream.
different way, and yet you force everyone to comply with
Lauren's
your way
idea.
only. Yes, and
Yeah.
when we want to share
And
data
I'll send
in
you
a
the
new way,
mortgage
you
webinar,
just
and you
flat
can
out
have that place
I'll
as
have
well.
both
Yeah.
of
we
them
want
up.
to integrate new tools, you pack up your stuff and you go home. Yeah, so frankly, your replacement, ClickUp,
Kirsten, do you know
just
what
handles our
LMI is?
workload more easily and can do way better.
LMI.
Look, I tried explaining all this in my last update.
I know, okay, it's enough. Also,
Damn.
how many times have we caught you
Of course she
sleeping on
knows.
the
She's
job?
an alpha.
It's not technically sleep. I'm closing
Waste
my
of money,
eyes
that's
for a
what
few
she said.
seconds so I can think about my
Exactly.
workflow.
That's a real alpha.
Okay, well, I think we're done here. You can
Such
go.
a
Thank you so
cringe
much.
ad. I can't skip it because it's not a window.
Why
It's
you need
like
a 10% deposit?
Bring your epics,
20%
stories, and sprints to
deposit,
ClickUp. Free forever.
once this
Other
ends,
add-ons
guys,
you
you'll see what I'm
can
actually
money.
trying to do.
There's just so many back there.
I'll have to take any bit of your money.
Man, thanks to
ZZZ.
Yui. Huh?
ZZZ.
Can we stop
Oh, the
saying
first
that?
day that we signed up for
Why? Are you
Monday.com,
Jewy
our
or something?
department was already able to
kinda
connect
messed
our
up.
processes, our software, actually everything
Something
into one
edge.
centralized place. So the first day. Before Monday.com, our teams worked on different platforms. We couldn't find stuff. Things were falling through the cracks. Monday.com didn't just close these gaps. They
Why is there
pulled them
so
shut.
many ads?
Like every detail of our work now has a place on a platform that's easy to use. That means that anybody in the department can easily track any process or project.
Mate,
At
she's gonna
any
be
given
playing.
time, I can rely on Monday.com to tell me who's working on what
Ken, do you wanna
and
play
where
Unranked?
everything
He was
stands.
very happy to just not play.
It's made our team faster,
Voice chats for
more agile.
gamers, mate.
We're just better.
Voice chats for gamers.
Oh, don't do that.
She really doesn't want to, but it's usually just awkward for someone to be in the chat who's not playing. Like awkward for them.
You know, it's just like the super chats that shows up on screen. It's the whole same deal. It's just about however you want to support us, whatever method you are most comfortable with. But Anna says, thank you to all the NSF staff for bringing history in the making, and of course for our wonderful SpaceX staff, especially Elon. Thank you. Alrighty. How about we do some more questions?
Let's do it. Let's see what questions we got.
There we
Yeah,
go.
what
Alright,
about
now I'm
let's
just gonna
see.
mute it.
X Dude Worm X.
How do I mute it?
That's just Dude Worm. If I'm just gonna delete the X's there. Dude Worm is asking, will Starship replace the deployment of
Alright,
Starlink
let's
7?
jump out of studio mode
I feel
and
like
go
at
back
first it was supposed
to.
to augment them, but
Man,
eventually
every
it will
time.
replace them, yes. Who added this to the queue and who wants to
Sorry, this is a bit all over the place.
I could take that one at least in the meantime. Oh, right now we had
Go
the,
for it.
I
we had
didn't
the,
put it on,
liftoff
Joey. It just
actually,
it had to happen.
a little less than 24 hours ago.
I didn't choose for
from
it to
Cape Canaveral
happen.
of the Starlink V2 minis. The original plan was to launch all of the V2s on Starship, but as you can see, we're still in the testing phase at this point. So, for now, they've been doing the V2 minis, which is essentially the same
Now,
type
how
of,
do I mute them talking?
system, but
Here we
as
are.
the V2s, just in a little smaller package. And the
Never
fact
mind.
that,
Oh, no,
in
here
addition
it
to
is.
that, you can only fit about 21 of them in a Falcon 9. So the goal is eventually to have the full-sized Starlink V2 satellites, and then you can launch.
Can you still
a
hear it, or
decent
is it
amount of
gone
them
now?
At the same time from Starship. So the ultimate goal is to do it from Starship.
think you
they
can
were
still
hoping
hear it,
to
right?
already be doing it from Starship, but in the meantime, that's why we have launches of the V2 Mini, like we did from Cape. And as soon as Starship is ready, I'm sure that's the exact moment they'll start launching those V2s from
Elon
Starship.
Musk about to send up some Starship.
Speaking of Starlink, we have a question here from Carl asking, I guess the biggest stress on the heat tiles will be during a radio
Alright, give me a sec.
blackout,
I gotta
because,
jump to a
when you're
different
re-entering and the
scene and
vehicle
the
is
stream will
surrounded
go
by
weird.
that
I
plasma,
think that's how I have to
superheated
mute it. I'm back! I figured it out! It's not playing anymore. Alright, sick. Let's go. Alright, so this above me is something that is meant to be a really big thing for our generation that will shape what we experience in the future. So that rocket is like, so Elon Musk is sending this massive rocket into space, and it's like 3 times bigger than the biggest one we have at the moment, and can fit like max 100 people on it, but it depends how they outfit it. It'll probably be less than that in reality, but like it's the beginning of like actual commercialization of space and like proper space travel. So they're trying to get it to the moon, land on the moon, come back without destroying it as well, which is another big thing. So NASA, every time NASA spends a spaceship, it's like, it was either like 4 billion or like 14 billion, but I think it was $4 billion every time they make one and send it, and it gets destroyed, so they have to do that again every single time. Whereas Elon is trying to make a way for it to be reused each time without being completely destroyed. And so, yeah, it is quite significant when you think about it, and most people don't really know about it. And yeah. This is my dad's manic obsession. I am interested. There's a difference.
That's
Did you say there isn't?
What?
You haven't seen my dad.
No, you have a manic obsession with your dad.
Yeah.
Andrew does love his dad.
I love my dad.
No, I don't love him. I just have a manic obsession.
What? That's messed up. That's your dad. What the hell?
No. I just have a
oh.
manic obsession.
They don't love each other, they just have manic obsession with each other and then don't speak to each other for a week. And then are manically obsessed. That's the way they live.
You guys are weird.
You're like a real person. Have your parents randomly call you.
I could put the financial one in the top left if Lauren sends me like a URL to it.
I can send
The
you
internet is on crack, bro. If I tried to do that, my whole house would burn down.
What do you mean?
Wow, imagine being poor.
Imagine having terrible internet. That's my life.
You should just get Starlink, Jared.
No, it's bloody $110 for.
Yeah, it's way too much.
It's for like people out in the bush.
Practically out of the bush. You're on the beach. Most famous beach in Australia, I'll say.
Also, yeah, this rocket ship that you're seeing above me, it is taking off relatively soon. In a couple hours.
Oh.
I can stream longer tonight but
yeah?
other people won't be up. I don't think people will stay up.
For the rocket launch?
They estimate it to start around, like the actual launch sequence to start around,
What are you doing, Jared?
I think
Why are you
it's
lying
10:45 our time.
I was asleep. I got slept.
Oh.
What are you doing, Jared? Stop just like chilling out in the battle zone, dude.
Yeah, it's like
It's freaking weird, dude.
Actually helping out.
Yeah, so like the stream that I have up now is from some guys that have cameras set up in a whole bunch of places around it, and they have like 24/7 live streams. The SpaceX one is scheduled for around 10:45, and I think that's when it will be much closer to launch, because it's about when the sun is coming up for them. So they're waiting for the sun to be up. They were meant to launch it a few days ago, but there were critical errors, which meant Elon had to postpone it to 420. You just had to. Bit of a prankster, that Elon. Ooh.
Oh no, I have to watch my rocket award.
Bit of a meme lord.
My rocket is only on 420.
My rocket will be on 420.
Guys, can you join my Minecraft server? My SpaceX Minecraft server?
I bet SpaceX does have a
They're so hip and cool.
Yeah.
They just underpay their workers like every other company.
Yep.
Like real capitalists.
Exactly.
You know what?
Like real
I
commerce.
earn $1 million, but I deserve a $1.3 million bonus.
Oh, we're talking about the what you call it?
Listen, messaged me. Oh no, showed me today.
It's the Herman. Is it Herman Miller? Those guys, but they have a different name.
Yeah, boys.
She brought it up on TikTok in front of me, and I was like, "Listen, bro."
Oh, so
Like,
cool.
He is super cool. The whole situation. is like-
It reminds me of that other one that happened a little while ago. It was for some like startup tech company. I forget its name. You might remember it, Jared. They laid off like hundreds of people over a like video call. It was like the CEO did like a video call with like the whole company, and
He has to copy me, doesn't he?
it was like he was pretty much firing like a crap ton of people just over a Zoom. Oh, who was that? Someone oh, Farah. Farah finished it. Nice.
Yes, Farah.
It's a very good map.
Hell yeah, Poppy.
I spun my spear and then speared Reinhardt and got him like right to the edge, and then Farah just comes in and shoots a rocket and does the last little bit and just the tank thinks he's bested me, and then Farah's just like, not.
Your dad is very cute. Congratulations on the career change, mate. Good luck. Extremely proud of you. You stepped up and changed your destiny.
What?
Damn.
Oh, is that what Kirsten
What a yeah.
Oh,
What a champ.
What a champ, bro.
Freaking like a dad on the sidelines.
Well,
Go for it, sport.
Story, except he waited until he was 45.
Well, that's fine. Makes it harder.
Chase me.
I'm dying back here, Andrew.
I might ruin my night and switch to DPS at some point. Play Torb. Get twice as angry with some random tank. Scream. Oh, what's happening on the stream right now? That's kind of exciting. Hang on, guys. I'll unmute it. I want to know what's happening there.
Purple of the engines, or the sound, or the decoupling, or splashdown. What about this are we most excited for?
I can't hear it. Can you guys hear it?
Ooh, that is a fantastic question. I mean, anyone who's been watching our coverage last week knows my hashtag has been save stage 0. So for me, I'm really excited, hopeful that it clears stage 0 and all of the ground support equipment stays the same. But if I had to say, yeah, the idea of the bluish purplish streak would be pretty cool. I'm most excited for Max Q. As weird as that sounds, you don't really see much, but at that point, hey, if it makes it through that,
was happening. It switched back. I think they were just playing footage from yesterday, though.
Huge.
I know, yesterday, a few days ago.
Get to that point.
She said play the video game. Don't get too quick, don't get too quick, don't get... It's alright, we have an echo. They just do tank for me.
Got my ult. I'm just gonna hide it.
You guys could hear the live stream then? Oh, I couldn't hear it. Must be something with the way OBS works from the way I swapped it so that I could mute it.
In the game, video game, please.
Let's go, let's go. 3, 2, 1. Oh, bro, as if we didn't get more. As if we didn't get the tank.
I killed the tank.
Oh, did ya? Okay, that's probably why.
We just didn't kill the second tank, Bob.
Oh, friggin' second tank Bob.
Oh yeah, it was definitely voice activated, Joey. That's how I have my stream set up. Yeah. I just say, let me put the audio on for that, and then it just knows exactly what I want and turns it on.
I had to do a little jump and I killed myself. Just get shot in the head. I can't believe this guy keeps playing Reaper even killing everything he does.
Just got that mad setup, Joey, where all my OBS sources are just voice activated. You know, you actually can do that. I know I'm joking about it, but there is actually the systems to do that. People do have that set up on their streams. I could set up like to recognize a keyword to do a certain thing.
Oh, good job, Echo.
Kind of, yeah, but it doesn't work through that. It works like, so you know how on stream, if you wanted, you can press the closed caption and it will closed caption you what I'm saying. It works through that. So it all happens locally.
Okay, stop there, revive, awesome. Let's go. Let's go!
Nope, it only works through IFBT.
I have no idea what Andrew's talking about half the game.
I was talking to Joey.
You got it.
That's because I'm better than everyone.
Ult, isn't it? It's the ult.
It's because I'm just better. Better than an ult, mate.
No, actually that was better. That was pretty good. I'll take that. I'll take that L.
I mean, they could have showed any of the times where I did that to a tank, but nah, they'll just show you the Symmetra one. Holy shit, I'm bronze 5!
Miserable. Miserable. It sucks being down here.
I was just like winning matches. Lauren and I were playing in like bronze 1, bronze 2 games the other day, and we're winning them, and then it upgrades me from bronze 5 to bronze 5 the other day. Now after 5 more wins, upgrades me from bronze 5 to bronze 5 again. Friggin' love this game, man. Its ranking system makes perfect sense.
Silver 4. Silver. Like the
Bronze 5s.
So see how many hours you played.
I'm playing in those games with Lauren the other day. We win enough of them for me to get up, for me to get a new rank, and then my rank changes from bronze 5 to bronze 5. It's pissed me off. Yeah, soon I might be able to come bronze 5, Joey. Oh, it's so stupid. I want to go to whoever came up with their rank system and punch them in the throat.
What are they shooting out of the spaceship now?
Moira piss.
I don't know. If I could hear it, I'd tell you.
That does look like Moira's piss. I know.
I know they're doing they were organizing. They were starting up the fuel farm. That's what they were up to.
The fuel farm.
Yeah, these guys, they have a checklist come up in the top left every now and then of like the launch like checklist and where they're up to.
Yep. And they're farming. They're launching a farm.
I don't quite understand exactly what why they call it a fuel farm, but it's just like prepping all the fuel things for launch. So they're not actually putting any fuel in the rocket yet, but it's getting it ready to go in the rocket. I don't know why it's called the fuel farm. Don't know if they're actually farming anything. A lot of it is oxygen, so maybe.
You're just going.
Yeah, there's a guy down there on the on the landing. What do you call it? The launch pad, launch zone. And he's just sitting there going. And then he walks up to the rocket and he goes.
Terrible guys. Use octane.
He's just going. Put it in the thing. Yeah.
No, but apparently it's like it's pretty legit, like pretty likely that it is going to launch today because they actually have they've full cleared it. They've cleared everything. No one's on the. I don't know what it's called. Landing strip, air zone, airfield, Blaze It Arena. Gosh, this is what happens, Joey. See, you want me to play Torb? I go, sick, man. I'll play Torb, and we get the worst tank. We get a bronze 5 tank.
How do you know they're a bronze 5 tank?
Because we're in a bronze 5 match.
Bronze 2 match.
Bronze 2. It's the average level of all of the people in the game.
There you go. So it's not the host.
It means there's probably a few golds. With every other game we play, there'll be a few golds in there and then a few bronze 5s.
The perfect.
Averages, man. Maybe they ought to do the median, hey?
They ought to do the median.
The median?
Yep.
Tell us the difference between those two, Lauren.
Median's the middle of all the values. The mean is the average of the values.
Yeah, you list them from the smallest to the largest and you choose the middle.
So why would the median be better for a ranked match?
Well, it takes out of the... You could have one person make it really disproportionate. So if you have one bronze 5 person, but everyone else is like
maths lesson.
silver, then you should this is how we should teach the mean median vote.
Yeah,
Why
ranking.
Overwatch needs ranking.
Why Overwatch is a shit game.
Yeah, if only Torb was a tank, he'd be popping off right now. You know what I think would be better? That each role, the people on the other team of the same role were the same rank.
That would be good, but I reckon that would be really complicated.
I think the matchmaking would just take ages, hey?
Well, it could be like...
No, it would just make sense.
What would that mean? Would you have like potentially like Grandmaster, tank, bronze, healers, silver, DPS? Like,
I don't think it would go that far. I think you'd still work within the same parameters. But I do think even if it was that exaggerated, it would still be fair.
Because it would be the same code.
As long as every role has the same ranks.
piss off, Moira, you bitch.
Because, like, imagine a team has 3 bronzes and 2 golds, right? Let's imagine a team like that. 3 bronze, 2 gold. But on one team, it's like 2 gold DPS, bronze tank, 2 bronze healers. On the other team, gold tank, gold healer, 1 bronze healer, 2 bronze DPS. Like, those teams are super not the same. Like, that's a crazy difference in team.
Yeah.
I love crap tanks. Oh yeah.
He's literally got Mercy pocketing him. And he's still just dies.
DPS and healers, we have it too good. We don't get the blame. It's so easy to cast the blame.
Well, I know I'm not to blame.
No, you're not.
I don't know what more I could be doing. Oh my god.
And I'm pretty consistently at least a decent tank.
No, I'm not saying that. I have had a big issue. I've been playing RO and randos. Oh, he chased me. And then I write something in text chat that is completely just arsehole. I don't mean it. It just comes off bad. I think that was another case of that.
Oh, sure. I was struggling to follow where you were going. And then at the end I was like, oh, okay, I see what you're trying to say. I can't see anyone, I'm so short. They jump and they disappear. Friggin' hell. Someone get Torbjorn some FOV. Friggin' hell.
How tall, not how tall you are, but your FOV in the same thing.
It's already maxed. He's just short.
Really?
People jump and they disappear. Do you not play with your FOV maxed?
I'm not sure.
You're on crack. You can't play a competitive shooter without your FOV maxed.
Especially if you're like a healer. Having the most view possible.
Oh, it doesn't matter who you're playing. If you're playing a competitive FOV, you need your field of view up.
I reckon there is an argument to be made for like sharpshooters having a short FOV.
No way. As soon as you scope in, it doesn't matter anymore.
Moira doesn't need a scope.
Well, yeah, that's the point I was making. Sharpshooting doesn't make sense.
Shit.
Oh, he just bloody boosted.
Oh my god, use that bloody barrier. Our tank is shit.
Whoa, language!
It's just the truth. fight? Why can't we win one fight?
Whoa!
We can't win one fight.
It's probably just because you're not healing enough.
Yeah, I reckon so.
Oh yeah? It's just because I'm not healing.
You're not playing like Grandmaster level, so you're not carrying him enough.
The diva before she gets back in her mech! Otherwise it's all for nothing!
Compared to you, our Mercy is incredibly cringe.
What the hell is that? Bloody healing.
Like, Lauren's playing one of the best games she's ever played. And our Mercy's like, oh, I don't know how to hold one button.
It is very hard, not gonna lie.
Oh my god!
Reinhardt just altered.
Alright, all I have to do is change the song. Get rid of those bloody sky buttons. Whoa!
Sky bastards.
They are sky bastards, bro. Echo is a pain in the ass.
They're actually avoid the echo they hey.
Yeah.
It's a good freaking counter as well. Because she can get in quickly and get out quickly.
Oh my gosh. Oh, good, Jay. You're not going to stay up for the rocket launch, mate? See, Lauren, he's going to sleep because you didn't send me the URL.
Oh, are you serious? Mate, I've been in the game. I can send the URL. You gotta give me the time, you know?
You had the time. There was a pretty significant period of time there where we weren't doing anything.
Joey, I'll put in the financials, don't worry. You gotta stay up for the financials. Nah, Joey. Financials.
See ya, Joey.
That is so beta of you, Joey.
It's really
Especially when the finance.
Yeah. Don't we even learn about bloody mortgages?
I love
You really Australian if you haven't learnt about mortgages?
What the heck is bro? This Echo. Hell.
No!
Yeah.
Their aim is like lock on.
Nah,
bro.
you'll have
What
to
the
watch
heck?
the VOD, Joey.
You have to watch the VOD.
Their aim is like lock on.
See you, dude. Have a good night. You too, Diana. See ya.
GG. Still issue. Shut up, mucus. Match. Shut up, going. Tank dip. Tank dip.
Look at this lock on behavior.
Night.
No. Oh, dude. That's so heckin' cringe. Is this to the actual video?
Yeah.
Give me them
Alright.
financials.
You're not. You actually.
If my iPad Apple ever work. I need a new iPad. Joey, can you donate, what was it, 400 gift subs? What was it that we decided? Ugh, so bad. There it is. And then...
fill the whole stream with other videos playing.
Oh, it's changed both of them, has it?
Queuing up. We queuing? Or is there a space shuttle going on?
ZZZ.
We queuing?
Oh, dude, I'm just trying to fix Lauren's cringe.
Are you seriously gonna put her
I
financial?
love Grammarly ads. Oh yeah, Grammarly.
Bro, you guys pay for Grammarly. And you still get ads on them?
I don't pay.
I don't pay for Grammarly.
I paid for like a year.
Oh. You told me you did!
I used to, yeah.
I have
used to
it for free through work.
Seriously? What the frick can I get on that?
I have lots of things for free through work. I have the full Adobe suite for free through work.
School IT is so good.
Dude, you just assign yourself into groups.
I need
You just log into the admin for Adobe and just add yourself into the license.
The thing is, right, you're the one doing all the adding in for everyone else, right?
Correct.
So his
So
fingers
you get a little bit... Yeah, exactly.
Mate, it's what's the word? Remuneration.
The remuneration? What the frick does remuneration mean?
Remuneration.
What is
No,
remuneration?
it's renew. Actually, it's remuneration. I was saying it wrong. Sorry.
Remuneration.
Yeah.
Go, Kirsty. High five. Go.
You just call her a goat?
She's the goat.
You goat.
Okay, welcome. Welcome to the Sphere Home Loans Mortgages for First
Hey
Home
Josh, how
Buyers
you doing, man?
webinar. My name's Rachel
glad you like the
Crone,
mo.
and I'm the Director of Sphere Home
I just have
Loans.
an important
I'd like
financial
to begin
stream
by acknowledging the traditional owners of the land
put up
on which we meet today.
at the moment.
I'd also like to pay my respects to the elders both past and present. We have a jam-packed agenda tonight. I'm going to fit as much information as I can into the hour that we have. The topics that we're going to cover are up on your screen.
Epic stream.
Subaru, is that what you just said to me?
I know a lot of people have sent questions
Speaking
in,
of Roo.
when they've registered, so thank you for all those questions. If you do have any questions that aren't answered today, or if you'd like to have
swear I
something
just heard
answered
her.
specifically for
No
you,
way I'm getting ads.
please reach out to my team, hello@spherehomeloans.com.au.
There we go.
I work with
Okay. We're
amazing
about to
mortgage
be.
brokers and
Oh,
we
Ruth
help.
is not
She's
We love
literally the
giving
pog
information to
emo.
people
She is the
along their
definition
journey.
of
So if
pog.
you ask
Ruth
any
is not
questions to that
pog.
email address, someone will come back and answer
the world
anything
asleep.
that you'd like.
Exactly, that's how
What am I hearing, man? Are you watching videos of things crying?
Why should you use Miro? Well, when you draw on a whiteboard, no one sees it. With Miro,
Because
plan
you do
together
that
in real
sometimes
time,
because you're
literally
weird.
everywhere.
You watch
It's not
videos
just
of babies
a board.
crying.
It's an infinite canvas where you visualize ideas, review designs, create
Little
mind
whingy
maps,
baby.
flowcharts, you name it, all in one place. Oh, and video meetings take half the time when you can actually show what.
Alright, hope you guys enjoy the streams that are bigger than my webcam.
What has this become?
It's a stream of streams.
Disturbing stream.
I'm glad you've gotten past the ad boss. Oh, definitely not. Definitely not. That'd be cringe. Daddy, please can I stream your stream? I'll just take it. It's mine now.
It's gonna become. it's gonna look like you've got Windows pop-ups. In your stream, like you're being hacked.
I'm being
or
hacked.
You've had too much malware.
I've got malware, guys.
Andrew, I can hear you laughing through the baby monitor.
Yeah, she's
Stop
adapted.
listening to the baby monitor.
Yeah,
too loud.
Stop listening to the baby monitor there.
Andrew went back to tank. He was over that one.
Joey's gone to bed. I'm not playing it any longer.
Oh, were you only playing Torb because of him? I thought you were.
Nah.
You were pissed.
No. Joey loves when I play Torb.
Legit?
Yeah, I play him amazingly. I just can't.
He is fun to play.
I just can't play him because then we get a bad tank. But hey, Josh. So this is a rocket that's launching in the next few hours, and that is Lauren's financial stream that she was watching about getting a mortgage. The people that requested it have gone to sleep, but you can still enjoy them. You can pass on them, but they will stay there. So you can't actually.
These are what real adults care about: mortgages and rockets.
Yeah, real adults.
And Overwatch 3.
How you doing though, Josh? Been up to anything interesting lately? Still at uni?
Oh, she rolled over again. She's so cute. Rolled over.
Do Siege tournaments still exist?
That game.
Siege exists?
We tried to play Siege.
Does Siege still exist?
Ubisoft-
Lauren's scared of Siege now. She can't play it anymore. She's scared of it.
It's like jump scares.
Jump scary.
They're not.
Oh, that's mad. It's cool that you stuck to it. Yeah, Lauren's scared of Siege now. It's too scary.
Football.
It's like a horror movie.
Football.
Yeah, he means real football too,
What's real football?
not soccer.
Rugby league.
Thought I was playing the game.
Classic.
Classic. It's alright. Just gonna destroy him anyway. Watch this. They put a wall up there, but I'm just gonna do this.
Oh, their tank finally turned up.
Oh, sick. Bro, why is our Reaper letting that Reaper just shoot 100 balls in there?
Yeah, I don't know.
Man, bitch. Come on, Moira. There's a Moira in here, guys. Do you want to put your Moira ball in, Lauren?
Alright. Oh.
Bro, that's like the worst Mercy I've seen in my whole life. Our Mercy is so much better. Oh, this tank's too easy. I'm the only one that's died on this team? What the frick?
Yeah, you shit.
Oh, now Lauren's died. Sucked in.
I just cancelled their Moira's ult.
Cancel Moira's ult.
If only we had healers.
Well, they all died.
That's... Oh, Josh, I was about to ask you what you took a break from Siege for, but something even like it's probably the saddest option you could have picked. Are you serious? He took a break from Siege to focus on statistical analysis for his fantasy football league.
Bro, that's epic.
That's not epic.
Statistical analysis is goated. Ask Lauren.
Statistical analysis might be, but for a fantasy football league.
God, bro, you love statistical analysis.
Dude.
That worries me. Anyone that's into fantasy football becomes a gambling addict.
What's the misread, mate?
Bro, I just cancelled his ult. And then you get the bloody kill for it.
Or did I get the kill for it?
No, Andrew, you. I know you normally do it, but...
What? I normally kill and dominate my alpha energy.
If alpha energy is...
Oh, sheesh.
Mediocre memory.
Shut up!
It's pretty alpha energy.
Taking someone's kill.
I'm all
after
alpha
they did all the work. Actually, that is so alpha. You're right.
So alpha.
Stealing someone else's work and getting money off it, or getting the reward from it, I should say. Talking about the reward.
That's very alpha.
That's quite alpha. That is very alpha. Yeah, I agree. But it's Sigma.
This is it. Oh, true. Actually, might be.
Sigma is doing your own work and getting kills from it.
Sigma is just going to sleep in the middle of the battlefield.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Jared's on that Sigma grind.
Just got killed by a freaking Mercy.
Lol.
Oh, she killed me while I was ulting.
Freaking heals.
Got mine too.
Yeah, so I was gonna ask you, Josh. Is there like a lot of esports has been dying because the world is struggling with money at the moment, and esports is one of those things that doesn't actually produce anything. It's more like a hobby slash, I don't know if hobby's quite the right word, but it's like,
let's go, Queen. Let's go, get him.
You get what I'm like? It really is a hobby that.
Okay, both healers are dead.
There are people willing to pay to see the elite people versus each other, right? And so in an economic time like we're in at the moment, people aren't gonna spend their money on hobby things like that. So most of esports are starting to like die because there isn't much funding. Are you finding that's what's happening with Siege as well? Is that why there's new owners?
Getting everyone in one spot so I can just kill them. Come on. Do you like my free camo?
Do you think that's a money motivated thing though, for the breaks? Because they can't afford to run a comp that often?
Both healers are dead.
Or have they said a different reason?
bro. I keep getting revived.
That's because very few of us are dying.
Oh, shoot.
It's all good, they suck.
Oh.
We should clap.
Yeah, I get that most people would just play the comps not for money to keep, like, maybe you would do one comp for money, then one comp for the practice, then another comp for money, then another one for practice, and do it like that. But for the people who organize it to actually organize it, I imagine that costs them money, right? Like paying people to organize things. I don't know, other costs that I'm sure come with comp tournaments.
Tax dollars. Our tax dollars should go to gaming.
I don't quite know what all the costs are with a competitive league, but I imagine it does have admin costs, even if you were to do a tournament that doesn't cost anything. In prize winnings, at least. Yeah, exactly. Stuff like that. And then they're probably like, oh, we don't want to drop the quality of our tournaments. So if we're going to have that many commentators for this one tournament, then like, if you want us to do another one for funsies, like, we can't drop our quality. So I feel like that's probably the issue. It probably is money. And them not wanting to drop quality. Oh yeah, 30 commentators sounds pretty ridiculous. Is it because they want to have commentators for every match going on in the tournament at any given point in time? I still don't think that quite makes sense, but... Are they still doing are they still running it on TV as well? Well, it was, Jared.
Has it taken a massive hitting?
Well, it's changed ownership.
Who owned it before?
I don't know. I feel like even if someone told you, that wouldn't mean anything.
Yeah, I don't know. Viral esports.
Well, like Australian Rocket League doesn't really exist.
Never has, man.
Yeah. We're talking about Australian Siege.
Australian Siege.
Okay, so it's not playing anymore on TV? I reckon it's 100% financial. I reckon they paid a lot for something they didn't realize would cost that much.
That was so dirty, bro.
Yeah, I believe that as well. When you say players get paid too much, do you mean they get paid like a salary to play competitively? Because that's pretty crazy. I wouldn't have thought the Australian Siege, like, esports league was big enough for people to actually, Yeah, you can join call so we can chat about some Siege. Give me a sec. Are you online on Discord? I gotta find your name. Oh, there you are. There you go. You should be able to join now, Josh. It's locked, but you should be able to join. Nah, I can't drag you in. There, now you should be able to. I thought it worked. There we go. Alright, well we're up. Yeah. So do people get paid like a salary?
So, the people that organise the conference, they have nothing to do with playing cards. So, teams are run by, like, get picked up by and they pay some. So that's the agreement between the so that has, like, nothing to do with that. It's all
Yeah.
also, yeah, because there is no money, which is, like, unrelated to the there's normally like prize winnings and stuff, but that can be golden. And they can pay 30. They're all getting paid enough.
Yeah, I was gonna ask what they're doing with the winnings.
Yeah, so they normally split it up, so it's like a prize winning, they split it 8 teams and finals or whatever. And it's decent money, but they use 20% of it or something is from in-game purchases in Siege, and then another chunk of it would be from other stuff. But, like, obviously if money is the problem, they would be able to just refute. But a lot of people are retiring because they said there's no pro league or anything for the and it's like not long enough. And so the orgs aren't gonna say they're not gonna pay full-time salaries for a team that aren't even gonna play for 4 months straight. So,
Yeah.
like, a lot of people lose their jobs because of that because they're necessary. But if there wasn't, and there was like a full tournaments where they could be playing each time, then the orgs would stay and still be paying. But part of that problem is in America, the average salary is about 80k US, which is way too much, I think. Maybe for a top player, but like that's average. Crazy.
That is really crazy. That's like a real salary.
And that's
I'll be back.
Oh, good.
like high. Yeah, that's unsustainable for today's sports. I understand if it's like a top, like generational player or something.
What is it here?
It's tiny, it's like pretty much nothing. So, like, there's a massive gap because it's like in America and like EU as well. Their averages are really high, and Australia is like pretty much really low.
Bronze 3, let's go.
And, because it's based off the org. So when an org picks up your team, they and so pretty much whatever they think you're worth, or whatever you guys will give them through playing well or whatever. That's how much.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
Okay.
And most orgs, like, they're not really. None of them earn profit except for like the big 6 or whatever. Because you pretty much have to win comps in your games to like get enough sales with like merchandise or whatever.
Yeah, that makes sense.
The big names that you would have heard of, like FaZe and maybe like G2 or whatever, like they're all huge. But then all the other ones are pretty much just like tiny side things that people set up, like as a spare time thing, and so they don't actually have that much money. So they might pay a player like 50 to 150 a week or something. So that's not enough to do much with it, but it's like something on the side.
Yeah.
Like it's better than nothing, because most of those players would be doing it if they're not getting paid anything. So it's like a benefit. So that's the difference between Australia and American. But because there's no tournaments for like 4 months, all the American orgs are leaving, because why would they pay that much money to players when they're not even
Wait,
playing?
whoa. Are you saying the American orgs that are competing here in Australian RLCS are paying Australian RLCS players 80 grand USD?
What? Are you talking about?
Sorry. Was that RCS? What's the Siege one called again?
R6.
R6. That's it. Yeah.
So, the
I'm getting confused with Rocket League.
The American teams, they're getting paid on average, the players each, on average 80k US.
Which are competing here with you guys?
They compete, so every region, like their top 4 players or whatever, qualify for the finals, which used to happen every 3 months, and then they would all go to one city and play LAN for the finals.
Yeah.
So that's how it used to happen. Now it seems like that's happening, but now there's like a 4-month gap between, and so the regions versed like play amongst themselves for ages. So like the Australian teams will just play against Australian teams, and then the best teams qualify for the finals.
And you're saying Australian teams then go over to America?
Yeah. So there's currently like 3 Australian teams traveling to.
Right.
I think Denmark right now or something.
Oh yeah, sure. I'm gonna go pee quickly, but you can keep chatting. My question is, who used to own it and who owns it now?
Faceit used to own it, and now it's Blast. Faceit only owned it for like 3 years, I think, maybe 2 years. And so Blast is pretty much just stuff much up, because they're trying to do like 2 seasons a year rather than 3 to 4, whatever. But they've also hasn't told anyone what's gonna happen, so it's just like everyone's left in the dark, and so all the orgs are leaving, which are meaning the players which weren't getting paid that much, they have to retire because they need their money from somewhere else. So it's stuffing a lot of that stuff up. But so it probably means they don't even know what they're gonna do. They don't have a plan. Otherwise, you would assume they would have told everyone their plan. But because there is no plan, there's a bit of panic. And then here, so there's like no comps for me to play in for a few months. So what's the point of me to practice for as much as I would before? Because I got my rankings really high lately, and I was pretty decent. Unless you're on a top team in Australia and you win that inter-regional comp, then there's not much.
But I need you in my life. Sorry, love, but you don't have to fight.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. That's crazy.
And so yeah, like I just haven't played Siege in a few days. I've just things, which I'll go back to it once the comps are back on, but it's definitely frustrating and it's because most people just like competing and never compete in hits. They'll like getting paid.
It's
so there are people getting together to make their own tournaments, like ex-players or whatever, or current players, like they're getting together to make their own tournaments to just like stuff the system and they'll run it themselves. But
yeah, which is good.
yeah,
That's how you actually fix the problem, really.
people have been doing these for years and they never lost, so
Yeah.
just hope that the current one lost.
I think the hard thing is as well, for everyone like you, which is going to be most players, their skills are going to like depreciate as well. Like you're not even keeping the players in their prime. You take a break for a while, and then when you come back, you're going to be a bit worse.
People are gonna go back to uni and stuff, start studying more, and then they probably won't drop out the second time. They'll just keep doing it. They won't drop it till then go back to C, which that's like mainly for the top people talking about. Where they have knowledge to do that. But,
They'll go, oh crap, this just fell out from under me. It's the first time I've experienced something like this. I don't want it to happen again. So I'm going to make sure that I can actually work full-time, normal kind of job. So I'm going to go finish my uni. And even if Siege picks back up, I'm not going to trust it. I'm just going to try and get a real job.
Yeah, the game's 8 years in.
Like a more secure job.
It's like the only game which Ubisoft makes money off of at the moment. So they know Ubisoft will support it, but the esports scene is a question. So we'll see how it goes. I don't know how long the contract is for the current thing, but they've only been in charge for 2 months, and it's not like
So who do they buy it from? The previous owner or from Ubisoft?
Ubisoft would lease, like they would make a contract with a tournament organizer. So you know what ESL is? That's like what they mean.
When you can't speak English? I know what ESL is.
Yeah. So they ran it for like the first 4 years, and then FaceUp had maybe 3 years, and then now it's these guys, which I've never even heard of before.
Blast. Is that what you call them? Blast? Blast.
Yeah, Blast.
Freaking Blast, dude. Sick name.
But yeah, people's skills are gonna.
You gonna have a blast?
Most of the top players, like if they start playing their game again, their skills would.
Oh, it'll come back, but like, you get what I mean. If they were to keep playing, they would just keep getting better and better, sharper and sharper.
The main issue that I can see is the youth, because normally younger people are better. Like just because they've grown up more, they're playing video games at a younger age, people playing PC, and then their reflexes and stuff are better. So
yeah, I would say it's more the latter reason than the former.
Yeah, probably, because everyone is, well, I'm classified as like, younger, like, because all the older Pro League players, like some of them are like, the ones like when they're nearing 30 or getting, like, they've all retired well before then, because they just couldn't keep up. But now, if there's no tournaments for ages, then there's less exposure to younger players that haven't played comp yet. Like, they won't be able to
It'll like cause a gap.
start playing comp, so there'll be less young players to take players' spots.
Yeah. Has Siege fallen off?
Well, based off Ubisoft statistics, it's doing really well apparently. But
Based off Ubisoft statistics.
Ubisoft, so they changed the ranking system to make it kind of a everyone wins sort of thing. So it's what the ranking system is.
That's awesome. How did they do that?
Yeah, well, they did that. So
How? What changed? What changed?
Well, you lose 10, you win 50. And you only play against your hidden rank. So everyone has a hidden rank, and that's based off what would normally be your regular rank, so it's based off how much you win. And I think it has to do with like.
Oh, so I could get up to like a super high rank and think I'm like the best player ever, but I'm only a super high rank with people that aren't actually the best. We've just played it enough.
But people don't even understand it, and it's so frustrating. People hit
That's
like,
awesome.
high ranks and they're like, "Oh, I'm so good." And it's like you've been versing golds the whole time. But
Jared,
yeah,
you want to
pretty
play
much that.
Siege? Become, what is it, Diamond?
But it takes you a lot of games. So everyone starts at the lowest rank now. So, but when you're copper, you don't play. So when I start the season, so I'd be copper, but I'm not actually copper because my hidden rank is like champ. So I'm versing champs every game. I'm not actually versing coppers. So.
Dude, you're only copper? You're so cringe.
Well, I'm not. I think I'm ranked top.
Are you
Something
gold
1000, but
now?
I haven't played in a while, so my rankings. But
What's the top rank called again in Siege?
champion. Or champions now. It's
We could become champions, Jared.
We already are champions.
We just have to play enough games. I love that.
Yeah. Well,
They've just
that's the
munted their
theory, but-
game.
But the more games you play, the closer you, actually, I'm pretty sure it's the closer you get to your hidden rank, you start losing more. So I don't think it's like that easy, but it's definitely very easy to be a resistant.
That's so intriguing. That's so Ubisoft of them.
So no, but I'll tell you what they did. So they did that last season. That was the new overhaul, rank overhaul. Then,
Yeah, I was reading some of that.
they uploaded a chart. And they're like, look how successful we are. More people are playing ranked than casual now. Look at how good we've done. And if you look at the chart, it shows the last like 4 seasons. And like every season, there's a jump in players that play ranked over casual, like the ranked to casual percentage. Jumps, but it jumps the least amount on that last one, where it goes to the new system. So technically, it's a reduction if you're going off based on what you would assume. But they show that, showing that as a positive. Like, look how many people now play ranked. But that could also be just because the casual players stopping playing the game, and that would mean the ranked players stay, because the ranked players are probably more dedicated, and the casual players aren't.
Yeah.
If the casual players just stop playing the game, then it would say like 90% ranked players. But that wouldn't actually mean there's more people playing ranked. So, but they mislead a lot of the statistics. to
Yeah, I was
show
gonna say,
how
when people
casual
are using sussy statistics like that, they're
and
trying
they
to
do it with
hide
some operators
something.
as well. When they try to say how balanced some operators are, that's like so wrong.
I think it's just sus that they're using percentages. Rather.
Yeah, that's what I was implying.
But people buy it, all the gold buy it. So.
All the gold.
Yeah, all
He's
the
talking about us, Jared.
Yeah.
What rank did we get when we played, Andrew?
I think we were gold plat-ish, somewhere there.
That would have been 2 systems ago. But this is
Yeah.
systems.
Did it go gold, plat, diamond?
Yeah, it does that. Oh,
I think we were plat. When we actually played ranked properly, I think we were plat. We probably could have got up to diamond if we actually kept playing it, but we stopped being sweaty pretty early on.
It's pretty tiring game.
Yeah, it is.
I'm gonna hop now.
All good, Josh. Thank you for filling us in on the
Yeah, I'm just.
competitive
You should
league.
have changed the title to Is Breaking News Siege Esports.
Yeah, or esports player having a breakdown. Siege pro player switching to football fantasy league.
Yeah. Well, Magnus Carlsen.
Over
is
salary
like the number
cuts.
He's like the #1 ranked soccer fantasy player. I'm just following his footsteps.
Oh, you want to be a Magnus Carlsen man, do you? You've been playing chess, Josh?
Oh, actually. Yeah, at the start of the year I started playing.
I bet I'm better at chess than you.
That is
I'm
gold.
sure you would be. I haven't played in a little bit. What elo were you?
Person, you're versing golds.
Probably not. You probably
There we go.
would be better than me.
Do you know what
Sorry?
opening and stuff?
I know some.
What elo were you?
I don't know.
I was pretty low, but I lost a lot before I learned how to play it, and then
Yeah, I would say we're probably, in reality, we're probably similar. But I would guess you're a bit better than me, because you tend
probably
to
more fresh,
concentrate a lot more.
more spongy brain.
That's it. That young man brain laps it up. Becomes elite. All good. See you, dude.
See you, bro.
I don't think Josh is capable of ever not being a sweat in whatever he does. It's just how he is. Forever the sweat.
Yeah, some people just need to be competitive to enjoy it.
He is. He's so competitive. It's fantastic. It makes him so fun to play stuff with. But, man. It's like his fantasy football stuff now. 100%. He's sweating it.
Yeah.
He's trying so hard.
When you front flip Kirsten, just let go of.
Are we playing Rocket League? Is that what's happening?
Kirsten's been playing ranked Rocket League this whole time.
Damn.
I didn't realize until just a few moments, like when Josh joined. She's.
How many placement
in her
matches
ninth
has she done? Okay, and what's her rank?
She's versing golds.
That's good, right? That means she's maintained average, because it starts you in gold, right? So she has been winning enough to like maintain that.
Yeah, we'll see. I think
I'm pretty sure that's how that works, right?
Yeah.
Is she's winning this match against the golds? Actually, before you answer any of that, is she playing 2s or 3s?
2s.
Yeah, okay. That's pretty sick.
Gold is not. I looked it up recently. It's not the average for 2s.
Oh, is that not where it starts people? I thought Rocket League always starts people at gold.
No, it does start people at gold, but it's not the average player base.
Yeah.
So out of regular players, the majority of players are around gold.
But I was more asking if she'd maintained like where they started at.
Oh, you tell him, Kirsten. You're versing gold tournament winners.
Wee! Gold tournament winners. Holy shit.
Wrong button. What are you doing? Stop pressing the start button. Get pausing.
She's trying to fight them, Jared. Let her fight them.
She got an aerial goal, by the way.
Damn.
Aerial.
Kirsten's playing ranked Rocket League.
What? By herself?
Yeah.
By herself, yeah. She just wants to rank up.
She's winning too. She's crushing.
How many games have you lost?
Classic Kirsten.
Oh, what a goal! Yeah.
Yeah, how many has she lost?
Half of them you've lost? Okay. You can't be because you're versing higher ranks every game. I reckon 3.
Yeah, I reckon she's lying. She's just too selfless.
Too selfless. Is Lauren jumping back in?
Yeah, I think so. But are we jumping into Rocket League now? Nah, let her do a ranked grind.
No, we need to do our ranked grind.
Can we do our 4s ranked grind?
They need to add 4's rank.
It'd be so fun. Can you imagine like a diamond or like a champ 4v4?
Oh, it would be horrendous. It'd be so crap.
Everyone's
I don't even know why
sweating.
4v4 exists.
Just sweating their balls off.
Nobody's on the ground, everyone's just
In the air, yeah. There's like one dude on the ground and 3 people in the sky.
Yeah, one person just stays on the ceiling constantly.
Yeah.
He's not.
One person ceiling defends, one person floor defends, and the other 2 just roam.
Better take me meds.
I think Lauren was actually open to switching to Rocket League. I'll let you consider that for a minute.
Oh,
I'm not
of
going to
course
be
I'm
playing
down.
for long.
No.
How much longer are you playing for, Lauren?
Max 10:30.
Okay, that works. Then I'll switch.
Oh, you're playing with Jesse, aren't you?
Yeah. But
Twos?
holy crap. Twos.
Okay.
We're trying to get champ 3.
Okay.
Huh? He messaged me during the day today. Your teammate is garbage. You're carrying this guy. What a little pop person. Could be a huge stream Rocket League.
Okay, we are gonna play Rocket League.
Well, Lauren's not in Overwatch.
She is.
Oh. Okay.
I'm not anymore. Don't forget to swap your thing, Joe.
What thing?
Your account.
Yeah, I already have.
Things could be alright. Things could be innocent when dark becomes light. We're online, ready to fire away.
It's all good.
Powered by a dream, connected to a screen.
Just both the streams happening at the same time. Videos.
Justin's probably watching your stream in the background while playing.
Oh, yeah. She's cracked. Just get better internet, Jared.
He sucks. He sucks. He's trash, Kirsten. Call him trash. Just press T and say you're trash.
Just jump in the voice
Type it in
chat.
chat. Jump in. Yeah, you're trash. Right? You're trash. Do it. Tell him. Tell him he's trash.
Powered by a dream, connected to a screen. The rebels in 4K.
Oh, who's gonna get the Bugatti?
What color's yours?
Yeah, well, I can get a Bugatti in Rocket League. And have it any color I would like. I think that's a dub. Me versus Andrew Tate. I win. Okay, that'll be a sec.
Oh, you can change your banner color.
Well, you're better than the other guy. L trash cringe.
Did
How do you
know
change your
can
banner
change
color?
your- No, I was saying, did you know you could? I didn't know you could.
Yeah, mine's black.
Oh, that's weird.
Invite us, Andrew. Whoa.
Hey gamers.
Who's this kid?
How's it going?
Who's this little cutie?
I've been sweating.
She has been sweating.
For some reason, Lauren's not coming up as online for me.
She is for me.
I've played 9 out of 10 matches on nearly there. I nearly get a rank.
Join the party.
Can you go to the friend accepting area, Lauren, and accept me as a friend? It's the bell. The bell.
How cute is the turtle? I can't get over it.
Is she saying I just can't hear you?
What's your username?
Ilfricade.
Yeah, I've sent you friend request. It's
Mine's gonna
cringe.
be friends with you. It is pretty cringy.
Yeah.
She added me.
She's just so cringe, man.
That was pretty mean.
Devil Maximus.
Don't use that car. It's trash. Octane only. If you have any sort of self-respect.
Let me see if I can change it quick enough. No, I'll use the, what's the other one I have? The Merc.
Use the Merc, that's a great idea.
I used to use the Merc. When I first started playing Rocket League, I only used the Merc.
Yeah, but it's also when you sat in goal.
Nothing wrong with that. You've got to
Nah,
have
before
someone there.
that.
Have you got the turtle yet, Lauren?
No.
Oh, Joe, while we're waiting, can you make me up please?
No, I'm busy.
The wait time will be that long for sure.
I'm warming up. I'll warm up. You were the one that was playing Rocket League ranked.
Yeah, no. The one. Some of them.
Been a while.
Oh, like yesterday.
Yeah, it's been a while.
I played free. Sometimes I just jump into free fire. Okay.
One day is so long.
Go, Jared.
Why is my controller not letting me?
Turn off Steam. Delete Steam.
Do you remember the things we do every single time, or?
Are you guys using boost or no boost?
No boost.
Oh, yeah. I was just enjoying the game.
It's still not working.
Yeah, you have to close Rocket League now because you didn't do it right. Try turning off the controller first before you go crazy.
What you do?
I bumped her
She
into
doesn't
the
set it up properly.
Just
It
turn
should.
off Steam input.
But you
Bro,
have
it's
Steam
always
on.
terrible. Steam input control is so bad. Always.
Why is it always so
and
chaotic?
controllers still work if you have it turned off.
It's
Oh, sorry, Lauren.
Turns off the custom configuration.
What?
Okay. Oh, Lauren is in. What's she doing? Is she playing? Using keyboard and mouse?
No,
Oh, it's working.
Oh my god. She just had to turn it off and turn it back on. Mate, what is your game volume if you did not hear us talking about that?
It cuts out every time we're talking, we can't hear you.
Oh, because you have the attenuation setting on.
It cuts out quite often. That was
Jared.
lovely. Can we watch that again? I know that wasn't our team, but like that was lovely. Like, it bounced off the other person.
Sounds like those mid dogs. That might be lovely gold.
What rank did you just?
I'm not ranked yet.
Not
I've got to
yet,
play
but
one more
I think
game.
she's gold 1. Oh, Andy!
But an assist for that baby boy.
You bloody set up
Oh,
a
you passed.
sexy
That's
pass.
a good pass.
It was unintentional,
delicious,
but I'm
bro.
glad it was assisted. I was assisted.
Mate, at this level of
Okay,
play,
you're
if you
going-
pass like that, every time it'll be a goal. Without fail.
Why is it not working again? It just turned off. What the heck?
Did you charge it?
It's still on, but it's just disconnected.
Did you close Steam?
No, okay. I don't know why it took. I alt-tabbed somehow without pressing the key.
Very cool.
Go, Jared.
I did use a boost then.
User.
I'm allowed to boost when it's for a pass. I'm
Illegal.
allowed to boost for a pass.
Who's second rule? Wasn't that the rule on Saturday? Sounds like.
You passing.
Oh no!
10-second rule, guys. Be careful.
Go, Andrew. Nice. Good job.
The angry Ranger. There's so many people called Ranger in this game.
Yeah.
I know. I versed 2
I've come
different
across so many people
Ranger.
with the name Angry Ranger. Just
Okay,
all different
fine.
spellings.
They want to make sure everyone knows what they hate being.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just a Ranger. But don't call me that.
Oh, that was awesome, Lauren.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
You're shot.
I get nervous when I'm under it near the goal because I'm scared I'm going to accidentally bump it into the goal.
See, I'm only boosting to do passes.
Oh.
Greg!
Greg.
Greg can't spell. Your cat's dumb.
1981.
Oh, this guy's a plat. Oh, this guy's so sad. Okay, I'm bumping him.
Just demo him.
Why can we now see people's things? Was that not a thing before?
Yeah, I'm just gonna demo him.
What do you mean?
Like, Jared's like, oh, he's flat, but then on the last game,
He's
we
got
were
a
playing,
season 10 plat.
we were talking about people being Smurfs and stuff like that without actually knowing what their rank is.
So I have a thing.
This guy isn't a Smurf,
Shows
though.
me numbers. Look.
Yeah.
Kirsten, look. Shows me numbers next to
Yeah, we get numbers.
the MMR ratings.
How do I get that?
It's a mod you have to download.
Oh,
It's only on PC. Are you on PC?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's on PC.
Yeah. So then, yeah. Jared should be able to set that up for you. It's really
Dad.
easy to install.
Mr. IT guy. Fun of my dad. My dad is genuinely so happy for you.
I
Like,
wasn't making fun of him. I said it was cute.
15 out of everyone knows how bad mental health can be and how it can affect you.
I don't think at any point anyone was making fun of your dad.
Just putting it out there, Jared. Just don't be mean.
I wasn't. Why do you bring it up now? I didn't say anything about him.
Because I've been thinking about it since you said it.
I love your dad, bro.
Good. Ooh. Oh, that's very nice.
Andrew's still not
Sure.
boosting, even though I'm.
Yeah, you boosted to pass. If I boosted, I could have got it.
I thought that was Lauren. Sorry.
Yeah. Kirsten, that's you.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
It's alright. So we're doing the boosting to pass?
Yeah, makes sense.
Okay. We're gonna lose this game, that's okay.
That's alright. Warm up game. Some of us have already been playing for like an hour.
Just get it up, Jared. Get it up.
That's what she said.
Boost. Use your boost.
OMG!
Friggin' OMG.
This grunt guy is so cool. 600 points. Where's me again?
What's this? Oh, that player of the match or something.
MVP, yeah. Ready up, lads? Ladettes.
I accidentally voted rematch, but Grug, how can I grow up to be like you?
Come on, Lauren, you gotta say yes! You are my father. I wish I could win a tournament.
Yo. Oh, we're playing them again, are we?
Yeah, but me and Andrew are gonna boost past.
Oh, bastard!
Yeeted. Thank you, Lauren.
Her kickoff.
Yeah.
Jared's gonna be like, there's mid here.
No, it was good. We won the kickoff. Can't complain about winning kickoffs. Doesn't matter how you did it. Oh, good stuff.
Are we sweating now? Is that what's
Sorry.
happening?
No, we're just sweat passing.
Okay.
Yes, we can't score, Andrew, at all. Otherwise, we have to own goal.
Can't I score if I don't boost?
Yeah, you can score if you don't boost.
Okay.
Just bumped them all. Oh, see, that was close. Good teamwork. Oh, Lauren's mid. Go for it, Lauren. You got this.
Go, Lauren.
Oh, unlucky.
Sorry, Andrew.
No, you're fine. You're on the right side of the ball.
Oh, beautiful. I'm going to pass it to you guys.
Alright, pass.
What a
Take
pass.
it across the field, whatever.
He always does that. He always does that.
Freaking Grug's the worst. Oh, Kirsten, spank it. Oh no! Oh. So boost dependent.
I'm gonna boost to
Bad.
save it, by the way.
We're not allowed to boost to save it.
No, I'm going to.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay, that's good.
I'm not letting the ball go in. Well, Jared put an end to that pretty quickly.
Yeah, I put an end to that.
I can't win. Are you admitting that you're a smurf when you say that?
Yep.
Yes.
But we're playing casual, so there's no such thing as smurfs in this game.
Yeah. There's no reason I should get in trouble for smurfing in a casual game mode, especially 4v4.
Oh, Andy!
Very nice.
Very dirty. Boy. Oh. See, mate, if you were boost scoring that, mate, you would jump off the wall and hit that. That was a perfect pop-up.
Get some aerials in.
Okay, cool. I'll try and hit a left, Andrew.
Nice.
Hit it right. I'm so bad.
He doesn't know left and right. You can't blame him.
Oh, no. Oyster just balled us. Wait. Grug's about to- Oh, Lauren, you saved it. You beast. Oh, yet again. Keep going, Lauren. Oh, Kirsten's ready to go. Don't stop it. Kirsten's so hungry for this ball.
Stop making fun
Okay, it's
of
going.
me.
No, I'm not. It's awesome. It's mid. It's mid. Oh, I'm just gonna score this.
Nice.
Oh, bro,
That was a
no.
good score.
Okay, it's really hard to regulate your shots without boost. Oh, bro, you ain't got no chance on me. Just boosting the goalie, they're just so cringe.
There's too many people on this field.
Yeah,
Yes.
fours is an absolute nightmare. Threes is a nightmare enough. Good job, Kirsten. Keep going. Andrew will be mid. Nice.
Up to the front.
Mid.
Oh, hey, babe.
Oh, close. This oyster guy is smurfing.
Which one? Oyster. You just said there's no smurfing, so... Oh, Jared, that was not...
I wasn't shooting on goal. I didn't mean to.
Go, Lauren.
You can hardly call them smurfing, Jared.
No.
Wow, what an insult.
Oh, my feelings. Oyster didn't dribble, and I was like, he's smurfing.
Yeah. He probably fluked it.
Oh, what a beat. Oh, what a clear. It's smurf.
Yeah, me not boosting him, just hitting it off me. What a smurf.
I got at least one more.
Hey, at least you're not smurf.
One of them keeps bumping me. The angry Ranger just keeps bumping.
Alright, go Andrew, I think you're left.
Yeah, I'm right. Oh, nice. Guess.
Oh, no one's there! No one's there!
Oh, I lost my momentum.
Nice try.
Oh, we tried.
Do I have a nice
I didn't
bump?
mean to say that.
No, I that's nice bump on my other account. I didn't mean to do it close. Oh! Yeah, well, it's just FPS, man. Especially with
And Nelly at
a blue Fennec. Okay, are we gonna verse him again? Let's keep.
Do I have to ready as well?
Yeah.
Sorry, that's my fault. And we're playing in Forbidden Temple.
Hate when they do that. Freaking hell.
All the time.
Rocket League Esports is actually like so annoying for that crap. In Champions Field, we're gonna score this goal. Oh my gosh, what an amazing goal in Champions Field.
Jared was sweating now.
Okay. Why are we sweating now?
Because of Oyster and the angry Ranger.
Beautiful.
Oh, what did Angry Ranger do?
He kept demoing me non-stop last game.
Oh, bro, was he?
Yeah,
He didn't touch me once.
Well, he knew you were crazy, so.
Oh, what the heck, Kirsten? On the wall like it means nothing. See, look at that, bro. Passing to Kirsty like it means nothing.
I accidentally drove towards someone that's sitting in goals over there, and they jumped.
It's good. Put some fear in them.
It was accidental, but now I'm gonna keep doing it. Yeah, damn it, that's good on, yeah. Yep,
Mid?
sitting in goals.
He really is trying to bump you.
Yeah, he doesn't
Who
like
is that?
me.
Which one is it? Ranger?
I don't know why.
Yeah, I
Why
couldn't
did he
pick
get
why.
this one?
Yo, he just went for you.
Nice turn, Lauren. Oh my god!
Just put it in. Yeah, nice.
What a freaking way!
Lauren!
Look at that.
Lawrence.
Look at that dribble.
You weaved it through them like it was nothing.
Lauren's also smurfing.
Lauren is smurfing.
Oh, you go?
Yeah. That's the thing. Their kickoffs are always delayed.
I was playing a game just before where the second guy on my team would never go for a kickoff. Sorry, Lauren.
What a twat.
And
Should have told him he sucks at the game.
no matter where he was, and so then I wasn't sure, so I just had to go every time.
Nice. I was hoping someone would get that.
I would have saved Grug.
Fucking spanked him.
Oh, I am gonna do that.
Oh, my game crashed.
Oh, no. Oh, Andrew!
Nah, that was unlucky. Game crashed.
Oh, sad.
Maybe it was all the streams being open. Maybe.
Nah.
Should we fall?
That definitely has nothing to do
Do
with
not
you join in?
forfeit.
Oh,
You'd
no,
be able to
back.
win.
Oh, sorry, Jared!
Look where you're going, woman.
You were just in my way. I was too busy looking
I probably
to see
won't be able to
where
get back
Andrew was.
in. Like, someone else will probably join, but that's okay.
No, we still have a bot.
Jester.
Okay, well, I'll try and get back in. I don't know if it's opening. Alright, so this is loading now.
Challenge, Kirsty.
Thanks, babe. You alright over there, Lauren?
Yeah.
Jester isn't giving you a hard time, is he?
I'm gonna fill up my
He's a
water.
bit of a. I bumped you. I'm so sorry.
Oh, wow, why are you bullying me, Kirsten?
Jester, it's me. I'm the bully. It's me. Huh? Oh. Angry Ranga. You can't touch me like that.
Jester, what the hell?
Bots are the friggin' worst, bro. They suck. They just bump you.
He's everywhere and nowhere all at the same time. It's very weird. Have you joined back in, Andrew, or are you stuck in no man's land? I just get stuck in the air sometimes, and I don't know how to get down.
Aim down and boost.
Aim down and boost. Thank you.
Can you invite? Yep.
I've got you. And then just join game, I think.
Oh no! Oh no! Jester, save it!
I got it.
Anyone see that?
By who?
Me.
You? Yeah.
You did not. You're lying. Get it down. Get it down.
Oh, Andrew. His last contribution
Down.
to the game.
Down. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, rockets for Jesus Christ!
We just were all right, suck shit.
Jesus.
I kind of want to write suck shit after that.
No, we should exit the main menu.
No, I like them.
We just sweat beat them. We need a new.
We're exiting. Exit.
No, Brico, make sure you exit quick. 'Cause I know you pressed ready.
I pressed
don't
ready as well.
Dude, you pushed us. Then she almost like quit the whole game. She just kept clicking quit.
Get me out of here.
I'm dead serious.
So nervous.
I need to get out of here at all costs.
Yeah, true. I gotta realize that I can't pressure either of you girls
Oh,
about exiting because you'll get really freaked out.
Dude, I think they're showing simulations of what happens if the rocket were to come crashing back down to Earth. It looks savage.
Oh my gosh.
Why are you showing that? I'm sure actually no. There's no pilots inside, so It's okay.
Yeah, I don't think there is in this one.
That's honestly the best thing they've ever done for space travel. Not having pilots.
Yeah, just do all guidance systems.
Yeah.
It means that you get more crashes though.
More tests.
Yeah.
More actual rigorous testing rather than testing.
Well, they have to
and
throw some
not
away to
pushing it far
testing.
enough.
Like, if there was a real person in there, they might have been able to recover it. Or, like, adjust it in some way. But, yeah. Even that, actually, I don't know how much that's ever been a thing. I feel like they've always been fairly autopiloted.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh no.
They're all working off generated.
Jared, you're the party leader now.
Oh crap! I'm making you play.
Okay. Super important that I have to be the one to click play 4v4.
Yeah, just means I don't have to make decisions. Oh, new people. Okay.
Different. Why does the car look different? What's happening?
These are our colours. It's the blood of Jesus Christ. Oh, this guy's the biggest Smith.
Yeah.
I couldn't do a popping kick off.
I think the whole team is just good.
Are you to make up for what Lauren and I lack?
Essence gold?
Yes, it is gold.
Oh, fuck. Pink and blue like some other teams.
No, because we are the blood of Jesus.
Pink is close enough. There's too many people on this road.
Sorry.
I mean,
You're only just realising.
it's just too.
Once you've played twos for a little
I-
bit,
I'm
you'll
sorry.
learn.
Unofficial ADHD just keeps going. I don't know where to look, and I look everywhere all at the same time.
You diagnosed me with ADHD today because I hate it when you tickle my arm. You do that crap?
Everyone's got a
Like
bit
the
of
little
ADHD.
tickles on the arm. I'm like,
Everyone's got a bit
just stop that.
Everyone's got a bit of ADHD in them.
Sure, but and I'm sure the current social media.
Oh no!
What a shot. Welcome to our lives.
That one wasn't that good.
It wasn't that good. Wouldn't clap his cheek, bro. For
the Lord.
The blood of Jesus.
I faked him, totally meant to do that.
You did a
You did.
wonderful job.
You definitely did. You always fake. There's no such thing as missing.
Just fake.
Andrew, you.
I feel so.
I like the red.
I don't know. I would like to touch the Bulls game. I don't
Me
know if
too.
it's gonna happen.
Yeah, it's.
Go, Lauren! Oh. Good 50, Kirsten.
Ooh, that was so cool.
I think there's a little bit of boost on that.
Yeah, I've been boosting the whole game. What the frick?
Why?
We made it pretty clear that these guys are good.
You don't need to boost, mate. You can calm down.
You need to calm down. You're being too loud.
You're better than you think you are. These guys are not better than us.
Oh. I miss playing with you guys when I go on there.
Just play with us from there.
Yeah, on my phone. Download Rocket League.
Yeah,
swipe,
the
or whatever
side
it's called.
swipe. Yeah.
I didn't mean to do that. There
No,
was
that
no
was
one
almost
there.
a pog move.
There was no one there.
Oh, if Andrew stayed center, that would be perfect. We just don't expect it. We should from now on.
I'm gold.
You're gold.
Did all three of us miss that?
Yep. Well, oh, Kirsten, what a pop down for Jesus.
Pop it, fuck it for Jesus.
Pop shove it for Jesus.
Oh, close.
Well, look at him go up. Doesn't know what to do with
sorry,
it.
Lauren. I'm so
Oh, I'm mid. Perfect.
sorry, boost. Did you see that?
You had to boost, didn't you, bud?
It's mine. Bugger off.
I'm too hungry. I'm too hungry. Okay. Okay, guys.
Yahoo! That's all I heard. For someone that's not boosting, you just stole my boost. Not impressive. No, I'm kidding. Oh wow. Wowzy. Oh, I can see it now. We're not actually red. It's like a dark pink. I get it. Fair enough.
What?
It's red.
It's red.
No, if you look
Are you
at our
colorblind?
text,
It's like a wine red.
it is like a hot pink.
Yeah, it's a wine red.
Yeah, our cars are a wine red, but the text is a hot pink.
In the chat, Jared.
Oh yeah, okay, I see that.
Tired. Hey, that's my boost. Jared, I saw you go for it.
Oh, sorry, Lauren. That was good.
Oh, you can see the grass under here.
I didn't even see him. Man.
My motto for this whole game is to just fake confidence.
Hey, I saved it. Wow, you both did it.
Get it, Lauren. Get it.
Oi!
Yay!
Unstoppable. Look at that, calculated easy. Get a calculator out. Freaking live, mate.
Oh, we don't have calculated that.
Oh, LMI, sorry. Wrong. For some reason I thought it means like
Yes, what?
mortgage
Why were you
insurance.
guys talking about LMI?
Because Lauren's a nerd.
A webinar about
Nice.
yeah, so that's interesting broker that doing the snow fires and that will be snow fires.
Yeah, you gonna buy a house?
Eventually. It was good. One of the things that they were talking about is how they say and also do not mind people coming to them before they're ready to buy a house. Because it just helps you get an idea of what your options are. So even if you're a few years off, they say, oh, still come talk to us, so
Babies.
You're a baby. Oh, they got mad. Ew. You're dickhead.
You're technically correct, man.
wow, this is so toxic.
I left. What happened? What's happening?
Oh, we have to leave. Kirsten left, we have to leave.
He's definitely gonna leave. He's definitely gonna leave.
He left.
Oh, okay.
We have to leave though, because Kirsten left.
I accidentally left, so I opened. I opened a present and it said, "Oh."
She opened a
And I
present.
said, "Oh."
He opened a present.
Yeah, you'll see. I got a new decal. Looks pretty sick. I gotta
Changing
get one
decal?
more save. I've gotta get one more
I'll just
save.
leave that default decal. Whoa, Kirsten, that is pretty cool. Slimline,
Very
isn't it?
sweet.
It's slimline.
Slimline, yeah.
Jared, do you have it? Not good enough.
He wishes.
I've got wings. I'm gonna put Monster Cat on there.
Oh, that's the ugliest one.
I just found such a good
Band?
yeah, Andrew stuff.
What band is it? Tears for Fears?
Alright, one more game and then I'm going to bed.
Welcome to...
Jared, you're the host, buddy.
Oh no. Andrew is already searching for a game.
Oh.
You
I thought you were
don't.
Put her at Jongan actually.
I'm going to block friend. No. Add F.
Block me, I'll kill you.
Well, then I wouldn't be able to find you.
Block me,
Block
I'll
me,
kill
you're
you.
murdered.
Oh, we're playing a team!
2 goals.
So Jared, you want to do some 2s ranked on these accounts?
No, that's disgusting.
Backwards only?
Damn, bro.
Not high enough.
Just read him, bro. You see that,
I
Lauren?
like green. The green's nice.
Kirsten's ready for it. Look where she is.
She knows the play. That's the correct spot to be, Kirsten. Like, if you had managed to touch that by jumping off the wall, which is super hard, you would have done, the most perfect setup.
Ooh. I'll keep that in mind for when I'm actually a professional player, but for now, thanks for the tip.
That's it.
Oh, good slide, Lauren. I'm
Sliding.
sliding everywhere. Alright, Jared, are we flipping everywhere?
You flipping?
I'm trying. I forget, but I'm trying. Oh, that was a sideways one, not
You diagonal ones as well.
Oh, can you? Ooh, who boomed?
I got boomed.
You get boomed a lot.
Yeah, I'm just too menacing.
They're like, hillbillia, he's a dillia. I don't know. Oh, lovely.
What a shot. Legit haven't touched boost. May the best team win.
I wrote that a while ago.
Very funny, very sweet. Ah! Ripple touch in, whoever did that.
Kirsten, I think.
I think it was Lauren.
I'll go Lauren.
Is it?
Yeah, Kirsten's only
Oh,
got 2 points.
Oh,
Okay,
sorry.
their usernames are similar sizes. Nothing hard to tell.
Well, they were right next to each other, so it was anyone's ball game, I think.
Okay.
To be honest, we're a team, so Rockets for Jesus Life did it.
Depending.
Oh, Lauren.
Sorry, the financial webinar just ended, so I was turning it off stream.
Sorry.
Forgot your steps tree.
Oh yeah. Anyone watching? I was watching.
No idea.
I stopped when I.
He doesn't have numbers up.
When I started watching, there was 5 people. I think. Was there
Number
5?
driven, he's love of the Lord driven.
You know what? Rockets for Jesus Life, Christ or for the Lord.
What a save.
No!
Kirsten gave up.
Got a boost. Got a boost, Lauren.
Is there a Dementor?
Yeah, and he dabbed.
If you're out of
Worse.
boost and you need speed, keep front flipping.
And he dabs.
Front flipping
Yeah,
gives you a
probably
speed boost.
Yeah, Lauren, front flip. The best thing ever. Good touch. Lauren's yours. I stressed you out. I stressed you out, didn't I?
Yeah, classic Jared.
Yeah, I stressed Andrew out too.
Yeah. She's sweaty.
It's Kirsten.
I was too eager.
There you go. Back again to Kirsten. Someone else. Oh! Oh, I can't even see him, but they're really good.
They're about to crush us.
Oh, look how much money this guy's paid.
Dude.
You are the best team in team chat.
Oh, I didn't mean to do that.
Kirsten did it very wholesome. Kirsten's readied up already.
I didn't mean to do
Oh,
that.
well, that's your
either.
last game.
I didn't mean to.
Oh, that means we're doing another game.
Alright, another game.
Gammon.
Are you rematching?
Yeah, rematch, ready up.
Wasteland.
Two goals,
Worst
one.
map. I hate Wasteland.
Jared, it's not about the field, okay? Stop becoming one.
It is! The whole point of the map is to look pretty. Oh, he just duped me. Oh,
Oi,
that's a
good pickup.
touch. Pop it up the wall. Pop it for daddy.
I can't get it.
What was that noise? Someone made a noise that was disgusting.
Me.
It was
I wonder why, Jared.
Pop it up for daddy.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
Saying the truth.
Hey, what the heck?
Rug is born.
Rug is gone.
Phase rug.
I miss Grug.
Do not.
Yeah, he's great.
Touch. Just go under me.
Under you? I didn't know that. not meant to do that, but that was an accident.
Ooh, good job, Chris. Thank goodness he can't shoot.
Oh no!
Kirsten can.
Oh well.
Kirsten can shoot quite well.
Why didn't you do those so many other times you had the ball in the corner?
Beautiful! That was stunning.
Oi. Nice.
Oh, nice one. Bump. Oh, bump and play.
Oh, Jarrett's Thursday night.
It's been. Yeah, it's been for some other people too.
It's done.
Don't know who that. Don't know who they would be.
The boom!
What a bump play. Big Loz has got this. Big farmer.
You're really good at this game, though. Yes. It's your gamer instinct.
Chris, you're better than me. You know that, right?
I hit the ball sometimes, I don't hit the ball all the time.
Oh, Lauren, what a chipper. Beautiful.
It really depends on the moment.
All that RLCS that you've been watching.
Yeah, to be honest, I look at that and I'm like, it's not that hard to do. And then you do it and you're like...
I see you trying to do aerials. I see you.
I'm trying to practice carrying myself.
That was a weird pinch here.
Yeah, it was good. The two of them.
It's getting bombed.
You came flying up in front of me.
Sorry.
Like, I was driving forward and then Lauren just turned in front of me and was like, man, I just keep getting bumped.
Yeah.
Damn.
Oh.
I'm just accelerating, driving in a straight line. I was like, damn, why do people keep bumping me all the time? So rude, all the bumping.
So, make sure to leave.
Oh, they wanted to play again. I gotta go to bed though. Some of us have work tomorrow, plus an after work board games extravaganza.
extravaganza.
Is that a work thing or a church thing?
No, a work thing. A lot of the guys at work. Yeah,
That
we
is
hang out.
weird,
We
it's
have
cringe.
book club, run club, stretch club, and now board games.
You said
club.
church club? Oh, stretch club. I thought you said church club. I was like, what? That sounds like a cult.
Stretch club is it?
Stretch club is pretty mad. It's 3 o'clock every afternoon. It's really good when you're like in the afternoon blues and you're really tired and you just do a bit of a stretch for 5 minutes and then you're good to go.
How's that a club?
Wow.
I feel like I'd
What a
get
club.
teased so much at work if I was like, let's do a thing. The boys would just be like, that's gay.
A lot of the girls, but there was
What are
one
you,
guy,
Lisa?
Michael, and he's the one that started the book club and
Are you
he's the one
gay?
that started the games club. No, he's not gay. He's dating Bella.
No,
We should start. My
Jared,
work
how could you say
needs
that?
a Granny Flat club because everyone's a developer.
We're
Yeah.
actually
Yeah, you have a
process of
property
getting
developer club.
approval. We're in the process of getting approval for a jiu-jitsu instructor to come to our office and teach us self-defense.
Wow.
Whoa.
Because you know, Campbelltown's a dangerous place.
Sheesh, doxed.
You're jobbing.
And 2 of the people in our office do jiu-jitsu on a regular basis, and they, we're like, oh, everybody should know how to do basic self-defense. Yeah, so these clubs just start because people have like random, like, oh, I want to get into reading, and then everyone at the, because we all eat lunch together every day, they're all like, oh yeah, I'd love to get back into reading. Oh, let's create
There's one thing it tells me.
a book club.
It tells me that the people that work at your workplace don't have a life outside of work.
And they're also going to a seminar this weekend. A bunch of them.
Seems like you got
to
too
see
much
the
time on your
misogyny
hands.
speech play at the Opera House.
No, they can't. They can't do any of these things outside of work. The inside work, that's totally fine.
No, we don't do it during work hours. It's after work hours. We don't get paid to do it.
You're still doing it at work.
Yeah.
Vehicles operate
At your office.
So, like next Thursday, my book was chosen for book club this month. So I get to pick the dessert that I get to bring to the book club next Thursday.
You get to pick the dessert
Whoa.
you bring.
T minus
The book was
30 minutes.
What's 30 minutes? Oh,
The
you're
launch.
stream it. I want to see it. Share your screen. No, wait.
Just look it up.
I am. What do I look up?
You're still watching Andrew's stream. Somehow I didn't have problems with that game.
No, I'm not watching Andrew's stream anymore. What is
you
that?
changed it again. No wonder
What do I
that-
type on? Elon Musk. Oh, thank you.
He sent a view sync link on a live stream.
Yeah, mate.
Elon Musk.
Do you know what the
Just make sure you
trick for
click
that?
live on all of them.
They all come up with error.
No, if you
They'll
if
load.
you're
Just
watching
play
a
them
live
all and click
stream with
live.
someone else,
How do I know which one to pick?
if you're watching a live
Play
stream
all
with
of them and live. Click live on all of them.
At the same time.
That's
you
what
want
it's
to see
for.
a cool trick, bro?
If you don't want to do it at the same time, do the first one.
You want to get a trick to know how to go forward in time? You can turn the playback speed to 2 and you do time traveling.
Damn. Were you trying to tell me there's a better way to view multiple live streams at once?
No, I'm saying
can
there's a
you-
better way. I thought you were sending it for us to watch it in a synced way.
No.
Can you put a
Yeah,
sixth one though? Because I feel like it's weird to only have 5.
Andrew, can we
No.
have 6?
Can you at least make it like a good number?
Can you go into the scam
Just
one?
deal with it.
Can you turn the live off? Turn the live off. Can I add one? I can't add one.
Actually, there is one more I can add. So I'll do
Oh,
that.
add it.
The scam one.
Yeah.
Oh, Lauren's one.
Yeah, I'll add the finance.
Yeah, add finance in there. I think that'll work well.
Finance webinar.
No, they started a new SpaceX one.
Yeah, I was gonna say this one's buffering now. Or do I close that
I don't know
one?
if your internet can handle all of them though.
Playing all of them.
I'll send you a whole new link so you
Sound
can.
those 33 round engines, so that'll also
Also, how cute is Bible sharing. If we confess our sins, he is faithful and just to forgive our sins and to cleanse us from all unrighteousness. And then Johnny's like, how freaking good is that, man? And I love how I reacted it because I thought it was 10 out of 10. Actually, I love how I reacted that one too.
Question.
No.
Kirsten?
No.
You stop watching 800 live streams at once.
I was not.
No. Join Jesse in a game.
Are you talking to Jesse?
No, not yet.
Johnny Boy? Are you versing Johnny Boy? Imagine. Let me do it on my phone. Hang on.
If you only want to watch one live stream, I can send you a link to just one. If you just want one.
That's alright.
The first one particularly is the easiest to watch. The third one has nerds commentating on it. If you'd prefer. I need to send my dad a new link.
Is he watching the stream?
Probably not watching mine, he's probably watching all the space stuff. Text
If I was
him.
to watch one, with what did you say was a good one? Was it SpaceX?
The very first one. I'll send you a link directly to the first one. Or just click
No, I think I've got it because I clicked the YouTube.
yeah,
button
the
that was
YouTube
next
link.
to it.
Yeah. Yep.
Because it doesn't. I'm using my phone data, but the phone doesn't support that many screens at once.
Hey Jared, I've got the 6 live streams up, all playing simultaneously live.
I'm sorry, Greg.
And the first one out of the 6 is in 4K.
I'm like,
And I'm still streaming.
I was in the toilet and there's like banging. I'm not on the toilet anymore. And I'm
There's
like,
what?
oh my god, what's that banging?
Because you never open the window and you lock the cats out.
The cats are locked
You've done it so
outside.
many nights.
I thought it was your asshole.
You're a terrible cat mum.
A bug's in your asshole.
but I'm a great mum to Ruth because I close the door because it's cold.
Yes,
when the
but you're
window's
a
open.
terrible cat mum.
I accidentally locked them out. And Greg's just banging against the window. Like, let me in, no.
Mother! It's cold!
I wondered why there wasn't crazy cats around.
Well, the temperature
Raining.
dropped so quickly, man. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Mother, just kill me.
This is what my stream
Oh,
is
we're
now.
both wearing hoodies today. It was 10 out of 10.
Oh, yeah. We talked about earlier, super heavy is
But
not
then, you
going
know,
to be a 10
you have
days
a
only.
panic attack and you get too hot and then you get to take it off. So, you know, that's what to say.
Just a daily occurrence, yeah.
You know.
Just
But
a daily
then that calms down, so then you get to put it back on.
Yeah, no, I'm
Do I
relatable.
see that correct that we are 23
Yeah.
minutes away
But everyone
from
in
a
the stream
potential
should feel like
Starship
this.
launch?
Actually, let me go to the stream. I want to watch.
Approximately away.
If you watch my live stream, I've also got all of them up. That's another option. But mine's more intense than YouTube.
Oh,
Jared might not like that.
Gosh, this is exciting.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we'll have a higher bit rate.
You've got one
I
viewer.
can see a
Who is
question here.
that?
Someone was talking about
Don't tell him!
You've got 436 viewers. Okay.
Holy shit!
Why do they wiggle the
From pirating someone else's stream. Woo!
They wiggle the engines to
Piracy
test
is
out
a lie.
the thrust vector control, because these engines on the way up to space need to perform a series of like little wiggles, little maneuvers.
I'm not
steer
listening
So you
to
wanna
like
make sure that the system
SpaceX's
to
one.
steer the
I'm
engine
listening to the really
works
nerdy one.
on the ground before you
I
load
find
this
that they
in
actually
air.
have more
That's not
information.
So that's the reason why they test that. That's not the only thing they test. They probably test like every single movable surface at some point and make sure it works.
Anyways, lads, I'm gonna jump off. Thanks for playing.
Keep an eye on that. And again, this one.
Fair enough.
Thanks for playing. Maybe next time we play, I might actually have a rank.
Controls once we get to ship 9.
Oh, yeah, you will.
One more game.
Molten Lava Guy
All right.
really good
Bye.
question saying if
See
they're
ya.
not using the headers, shouldn't they just fill it with liquid nitrogen instead? And I think that comes down to kind of what we were hinting at a bit there, the fact that if that's the case, you want the exact mass balance across the vehicle. You would want the exact
I
mass
didn't
that you would have for a normal
realize
flight, so you can
the
figure out.
sewing store that has the same in South Coast. There's other ones that aren't in the South Coast.
And after that, SpaceX is basically done with this vehicle. They will look at the data.
Right, we are joined by another voice who will be with us here as we enter the final 20 minutes, hopefully, of this count. Ian Atkinson, are you with us again?
I am with you again, and I am
Sorry, I'm just switching headphones.
super excited to
Hey,
as we
hey.
get closer and closer to T0 here. So yeah, I am back, and I am starting to get really, really hyped here.
This is really exciting. Again, it's a good thing we don't have heart rate monitors hooked up to us live, because it's going to start going up from now on.
Mate, I'm gonna have to
while I
make
you,
some
here's another
popcorn.
question while we were talking about the thrust vector control and
Oh,
the wiggle before flight.
It's 20 minutes away. It's so exciting. I'm still live, by the way.
Wiggle test before liftoff.
So the ship does do a TVC checkout, much like the.
I should. You could
we
do
don't
it.
know exactly when that
I'll
takes place.
do
And
it.
unfortunately, we really don't have any visual of that. But yes, the ship does do a TVC checkout of its 3 inner Raptor engines, the Raptor sea levels.
Dragon.
Minutes approximately of the count. A reminder for those trying to schedule your clocks.
Whatever we want to do.
The
song
launch
is a
is scheduled
bop.
for 8:20 for the top of the 62-minute window. At this point, it seems like everything is progressing towards the countdown. It seems like right now, at this very moment, the weather appears to be green and the range appears to be green as well. So as of now, everything progressing towards that liftoff in about 20 minutes.
The graphic.
The visibility
They've
over
almost
on our
fueled
end
it.
continues to be meh, though. I'll tell you that much.
I mean, it's better than nothing. We went from nothing to meh. So that's an upgrade. I'm not sure where exactly that is on the scale, but it's better than nothing.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, we can make out the frost on the ship. Like over here from the roof of the hotel, we can see there's like the sun shining on the frost on the side of the ship. We can see the venting down low. I mean, the tower and the Starship stack sort of loom as a big sort of silhouette. But I wonder, I really do hope, like if we look up above, the skies above the launch pad are more and more blue. And I can really see Starship sort of lifting out of this ground layer of moisture up into the blue sky, and then it's going to go down range into the sun, and I don't know if anybody will see it then, but you know something? If they're all go, I have a feeling that we would be able to see it punch out of the like low-lying fog here. Anyways, I am hoping it goes. Adrian, you hoping it goes?
I am hoping it goes. I really think I mean, it just
Oh, it's gonna be
feels
so
like
upsetting if it doesn't go.
the day it should go. Like, I don't know. I hope. And also I'm entering the phase again where I start to lose my ability to form cohesive sentences. So
I'm gonna make some
enjoy
popcorn
that.
quickly.
He's standing up and like moving around a lot like a chipmunk or something. I don't know, Adrian, this is a squirrel. I'm not sure, but Adrian has a lot of energy right now. Look at this shot from the south camera. Wow.
And we have an update from SpaceX. Weather looking good, winds below limits, so good to go. Teams aren't working, any issues. So right now, no issues tracked for launch.
Excellent.
Oh,
That's
wow.
what we like to hear. It's one of
That's
those
a
things.
real thing.
by the way, Adrian, it's one of those things where there are certain times when you're at a launch, I can say this at least from my experience, where you go to a launch, it's like, I don't feel like it's going to go today, and then it ends up scrubbing for some reason. And then there are some where you're just there, and I'm like, I know it's going to go today. I have this gut feeling. Is that kind of the vibe you're getting?
I don't want to jinx it, but yeah, I have the gut feeling it goes today.
We're under 20 minutes. We're what, 17 minutes now?
Yep. And as
Coming
you just
up
heard,
on it.
as you just heard from the update there, that everything is proceeding, everything is green, including the weather at the moment. And the latest update from SpaceX is that Starship's Raptor engines are chilling down.
We're just making popcorn, guys, if anyone's watching. But it should keep playing.
Yeah, so they chill the engines to prevent a thing called thermal shock at ignition.
I'll be back
So, of
before
course, these
launch.
engines
Just
are
getting
using
some
cryogenic
popcorn.
propellants, meaning they're extremely cold.
Top
as in,
left
like,
and top right are the main ones you want to watch.
Celsius. And because of that, they need to slowly start trickling in propellants to begin slowly cooling down the engines. Now, the reason they do that, like I said, is to prevent thermal shock. Now, if right at startup they suddenly just pummeled the engine with cryogenic propellants, that extreme change from, the about 30 degrees Celsius down there in Texas to, negative 170 degrees Celsius, that could crack the engine. At the very least, it would cause a lot of fatigue on it. And so to prevent that, they begin slowly chilling it down so it's not a sudden rush of chill at ignition. You could think about it like if you have a very, very, very hot, say like a hot piece of food or some hot liquid, you don't want to immediately pour that onto a cold plate or a cold mug because that could crack it from thermal shock, and it's the same thing here.
Exactly. And while we have a moment here, let's take a look at the timeline that still remains here. We are currently, as we mentioned, in that engine chill, as just confirmed by SpaceX. The next thing that we should expect will be the call out that the prop load is complete aboard the ship. And that is expected about 5 minutes before the scheduled T0, followed 2 minutes later by booster prop load being completed. There will then be a fluid interface vent down sequence 40 seconds before launch, and we are expecting the go for liftoff about 30 seconds prior to that T0, with the Raptor startup sequence beginning somewhere between 6 to 8 seconds before liftoff, or at least hopefully liftoff, if nothing else. Excitement guaranteed when we hit T0. All right, taking a look now, the vehicle continues to be frosty at the moment. Adrian, you feeling the excitement now?
I mean, we are less than 15 minutes away from a potential attempt, and based on what SpaceX is saying, no issues are right now being worked on. We are, like, they're working, nothing. They just need to perform this countdown now, and then we are getting to the really, really crucial point, which is engine ignition, where we hope to see 33 Raptor engines ignite at the same time, performing well, and then we see this thing go.
Exactly. Now, Adrian, this is your first launch. Das, you've seen quite a few. How are you feeling ahead of this one?
I've seen a couple launches, but I'm ready for this thing to go. This is something we've all been working on for so time. Wow, I can't even talk. So long of a time, and we put so much work into being able to share this with people all around the world. And this is sort of go time for us. This is what we've been building on for literally years. Like not just, oh, we showed up yesterday, we're gonna show some stuff, right? We are ready to share this with the world. So the cellular network is not doing well right now. The cellular network is like tanking across the board, and luckily it looks like our stuff is still holding pretty steady. But I am ready for this thing to go. I do want to say real quick, Sawyer, this is the part of the stream, like I'm looking at the panel and so many people have so many nice messages, joining the membership program, getting access to the multi-view, people even following the channel. Like if you like our sort of commentary, you have fun with this sort of stuff. There was a shout out to 2 kids, Jude and Jaina. There you go. Can watch at home this morning. So many people sending in so many messages. There's no way we can get to all of them, but across the scroll bar is the tiniest scroll bar I've ever seen. But across the board, every single person who showed up to the stream to make this possible, and not just this stream, but every stream in the past, all the way back to the roadside rocket science, Texas tank watching days. Thank y'all so much for being a part of this and sharing this with us. This is just too cool. Sawyer, I'm just going to keep talking. So anyways, there are all sorts of ways that y'all can be
Alrighty, got some
involved with this.
popcorn. Everyone got their
Just watch the
popcorn?
stream, You can like and subscribe the channel, whatever kids are doing these days, that sort of thing. Remember, we have our shop too, shop.nasaspaceflight.com. You can get t-shirts and mugs. I don't know how many patches we have left because they've been going like
So the one
crazy
these guys are talking in is the
we
top
have
right.
the t-shirts and the new Raptor style patch t-shirts and hoodies and things.
This
So
one is where they're talking.
anyways, if you're interested,
We can turn them down for a second and hear SpaceX.
Publicly as well in our case, and that's both for hardware and software. And while it doesn't always go as expected, we learn so much from it, and it informs our next attempt.
Yeah, we learn a lot from actually.
Like, I don't
putting
like the
vehicle
SpaceX
through
one as much.
Flight-like tests, even the test on Monday, gave us an opportunity to learn more about the vehicle into today's launch attempt.
They sound like they're there for work.
really
They
good.
don't sound like they're there to have
Now,
a good
we are
time.
continuing
You
into
know?
our countdown. We're about T-minus 12 minutes to go.
These guys, they're like,
Show your support and get something in return.
this
as
is
well
my
as that
life.
Patch designed by Pauline, which is phenomenal. We also have the pre-orders for our full stack plushie, which hopefully you'll be able to recreate the flight, which is currently scheduled to take off about 11.5 minutes from right now.
Sawyer, the 22-inch plushie.
Oh yes,
like the plushie's almost 2 feet tall.
It's insane. Yes, that's 55 centimeters or 5 to 6 bananas tall. It's unbelievable.
Anyways, let's talk about rockets. I feel like I'm on the shopping channel now.
Lauren.
You got it. All right.
That
At this point,
plushie,
the fueling
the
continues
rocket
to load. You can
plushie
see that
is 50
frost on the
centimeters
outside of the
tall.
booster. So, Ian, is that frost normal? And how is that an indicator of how we're doing in terms of fueling here?
Yes, so first off, that frost is completely normal, and that happens on really most rockets and really every rocket dealing with cryogenic propellant, so nothing out of the ordinary there. It's just plain water ice on the side. Now, that is actually a great indicator of propellant loading. Now, you can see if we're looking specifically at the booster, around the middle of the booster.
Yeah, the
you can see
crazy
a
thing is
small
that's not
section of,
that's not like
exposed stainless
smoke.
steel.
That's like
Now, that is actually unfilled
fog.
areas of the liquid oxygen
because they're
propellant.
cooling it.
And that shows that as of right now, they are not fully loaded of propellants on the booster. Now, towards the top of the booster as well, you can see a bit of a gap under the grid fins and above that upper frost line. That again shows that the methane tank is not fully loaded. Now, sitting at just over T-minus 10 minutes right now, that is not an issue that they're not fully loaded. They're going to continue loading some propellant.
I'm just gonna chill back, guys.
Very last few minutes.
I'm just gonna
before
lay
launch,
back.
So, all seems to be on track there.
Get
But yes,
comfy.
the frost lines, like you said, Sawyer, are a visual indicator of how much propellant is in the tanks.
Update here from
We
SpaceX.
have-
Okay.
Oh, you
Yeah.
want to take it, Adrian?
Get it.
The update is that the booster hold-down arms have been unlatched and configured for retract at liftoff. The chip QD arm also configured for liftoff. And right now, SpaceX is also tracking no range violations. Everything looks good.
What?
Yes.
Wow.
How is that possible? How is that possible?
Yeah.
Yeah, a reminder, the range is not just weather, that's also potential wayward airplanes or boats that may go into any of the keep-out zones, so it's good to know that people are continuing to follow all of the notices. Looks like everything now continuing to go well so far. We also see a lot of that at the bottom of the rocket there from all the fuel farms. The
See, fuel
that sort
farms.
of venting, and the venting is
I
normal.
don't know
right?
why they're called that, but they are.
Normal again.
Everything is normal. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, yep, all good.
Everything is normal. Everything we see right now is normal. Nothing is, based on what SpaceX is saying, nothing is out of the ordinary. Nothing is being watched. There are no items they are looking at. There's no range
I
violation.
wonder how many birds
right
have
now,
had like
everything
the
is
tits
on
scared
track.
out of them.
Things clearing up
This
a
is
little bit for
rocket
your
just
view,
went
Adrian?
flying past them.
I would still
Over
go
all the
with
launches
DAS
over all the
quoted
years.
meh.
It's tough. I mean, we're 6 miles away here. We're on top of the Margaritaville Resort, South Padre Island. The fine folks at the hotel really did help us out. We have like
This
an
thing's
entire
friggin'
command
huge
center.
as well.
We're gonna be posting some of this stuff in the members content. Heck, we'll post some of this on Twitter, so y'all
Look at
can
all
see
these people
our
sitting
mass
ready
of
to
wires up here. But we
enjoy
have
the
the biggest
launch.
cameras that we had available here, looking at it,
It's so
and
sick.
we are going to see what we see and honestly hear what we're gonna hear at 6 miles away.
Exactly. As
It'd be
we
so
reach
cool
about
to be
8
able to
minutes
sit
or so
there and
now
watch it.
until the scheduled T0 time of 8:28 a.m. Central. Reminder: the fueling is expected to continue on until at least T-minus 5 minutes for the ship, and then T-minus 3 minutes for the booster, as the vehicle is loaded with 4,600 tons of liquid oxygen and liquid methane propellants that will fuel this vehicle.
So this one This one isn't making any noise yet
What
because
other
it will
major
actually be the
milestones, should we be
mission
looking out
control
for
audio.
At this point? Anything else that visually will be a good indicator of where we're at here?
So it won't say much until we're like
What
in it.
SpaceX just confirmed is they are pressurizing the ship tanks and they are closing out propellant load on the header tanks, which will finalize everything regarding prop load. After that, the vehicle is tanked. After that, they are good to go.
Yes, and we're also hearing that closing out prop load on the header tanks, which would normally be used for the flip and belly flop maneuvers for the ship if it were going to attempt to be landed or recovered. Again, that will not be used on this flight. It is just going to splash down into the Pacific Ocean near Kauai in Hawaii.
Kauai.
So that's worth noting that neither of these are set to be reused. Booster 7 will perform
That's
a
Jared's favorite
boost-back
place.
burn after launch, after it finishes
Hawaii.
its main push into flight, and then splash off the coast of Boca Chica. And that ship will continue
Oh, we're almost at 5 minutes.
fly and land, not necessarily in one piece, near
This is
Hawaii.
exciting.
Look at this gorgeous view that we're getting from above as we get into this final part of the count here.
This is like a proper rocket launch.
Also, just to point out, we are 6.5 minutes away from T0.
Yes, things are looking relatively fully fueled almost at this point. And as mentioned, the ship tanks are being pressurized. Why is that important that we pressurize the tanks to flight pressure? Ian?
Yeah, so you gotta pressurize your tanks to flight pressure because the tanks are really your structure of your vehicle. To have them pressurized makes the vehicle rigid and not crumple during flight. Think of it like a soda can. When it's pressurized and it's sealed, it's strong, but when you open it and depressurize it, it becomes weak.
There you go. The next major milestone that we should be approaching at T-minus 5 minutes will be the fuel load complete in the ship. In the meantime, we are taking a look now at some of the 33 Raptor V2 engines underneath Booster 7. Reminder that there is one ring that does not gimbal or move. The rest of them will actually swivel using thrust vector control, TVC, which will help steer the vehicle on its way up to orbit.
That's crazy.
For some definition of orbit.
Well, yes, on its way into space at least, with a projected altitude from our understanding of 250 kilometers up, although they will not complete a full orbit circle of the Earth on this flight. As mentioned, the end zone for the ship itself will be near Hawaii.
It's orbit inspired. It's orbit-esque.
Orbit inspired, I like that.
Orbit-ish.
Orbit-ish, there you go. That's a good one.
There you go. We are approaching under 5-minute mark now.
Under 5 minutes for the launch.
So this is
of
their
the
very first
Starship
test
Super
flight.
Heavy
So it's not.
On
I don't think it's gonna quite go into space. Like not full on like
we are basically down
into
to a
space.
TV commercial.
I think. Maybe it is. But the booster at least is landing in the
I
ocean.
know we are getting close to letting you
And I'm
guys
not
go
sure if they're
to
gonna do the
watch,
same thing with the
and
top.
enjoy the launch. So, any final words ahead of liftoff here?
Or they might be trying to do a lap around the moon.
I just wanted to go, and that's all I say, and then I will now step aside and watch this.
Das, final thoughts?
5 minutes.
This is going to be for real, y'all. We've been waiting for this for the longest time, and whatever happens, what did SpaceX say? Excitement guaranteed. One way or the other, something's going to happen here. I hope we get some fire. I hope we get some liftoff, and I hope this thing goes down range. So y'all have fun with it. We'll be here watching, and
It's either going to take off or explode. That's what they mean.
Thank y'all for making
It might be like a huge explosion.
Yes, thank you,
Or it
Das.
might
And at this
actually
point,
take off and work.
Closing out of prop load on the booster per SpaceX at this point. So prop load should be complete at this point, basically, on the booster itself. The next call should be the confirmation that they are closing out the prop load on ship 24 at the top as well, as they get fully fueled with liquid methane and liquid oxygen. Ian, how are you feeling at this point, excitement-wise?
I am physically shaking, if that's any indication.
I'd say that's a very good indication then, as we continue.
Oh, it's
Freaking
unbelievable.
nerds.
We're seeing some final venting from the vehicle. We start to see that wind down, excuse me, over the coming few minutes until T-minus 40 seconds when they go for the
So if
final
you want to think
pressurization.
about which bit is the actual spaceship, it's the like black bit on
Exactly, as
top.
everything
That's
is
the
ready to go
actual
for
like
flight. We should get
spaceship.
that official go for flight at T-minus 30 seconds. The other things that they've been testing, as you mentioned, the thrust vector control, making sure the engines can wiggle and steer the vehicle as it climbs its way up on its trajectory. We should be seeing fuel loads
I
completed.
don't think. I'm pretty sure there's no people in this
of the orbital launch mount, which
on
means
this
I believe
test
that
flight.
should be a good indication that booster propellant load is complete, and we
I'm
do
very
have
sure there's no
confirmation of
people.
that from SpaceX. Booster propellant load is complete. That means at this moment, Starship is fully loaded with all of the propellants it needs for an on-time liftoff.
This is
You
all
can still hear occasional
automatically
venting from the
controlled
vehicle and from the
or
tank
like
farm.
remotely
Again, those
controlled.
noises are completely normal and expected.
There is
so
no
don't be
one near the
surprised.
spaceship
There's a
right
lot of
now.
venting that goes on with the vehicle as well to try and even out
Like
the pressures
in
inside
the
of all of
death
tanks. So
zone.
see little
If it
vents
comes
of some
crashing
kind
back
coming in
down.
from the booster or the ship. That is completely normal as well. Again, to even
There
out
are
the
people
pressures
watching nearby
to the
though.
correct
Like
flight
if it were to
pressure. And
fall
once in flight,
towards
those
someone.
those same vents are used as thrusters to help maneuver. We are coming up now on under 2 minutes until liftoff here. It is getting real and it is getting close.
It really is. Now coming up in less than a minute right now, we're going to stop venting on the vehicle as they begin to seal up the tanks, get it fully ready at flight pressure, and basically just get ready for launch. It's coming up in about 40 seconds right now.
And a reminder, we will let you enjoy the launch as we get closer to it. In the meantime, we will continue to update you just until
Lauren.
liftoff here. We're getting confirmation from
Lauren.
SpaceX that the automated flight termination system is
You should pull up
armed.
my stream.
So at this point, if anything were to go wrong with the vehicle, the onboard computers can detonate the flight termination system in the event of some form of anomaly. But at this point, all continuing as planned, under 1 minute.
Yeah, less than a minute.
From SpaceX, there is a potential hold at
Pull the
T-minus
stream up
40
quick.
seconds. It is possible. We will keep an ear out if that is the case or not.
The times are out of sync, so I don't know if we'll see it launch
We are in a short hold
on
at
everything
this point.
except for the SpaceX.
According to SpaceX, there will be a very short hold here at T-minus 40 seconds.
Okay, they're holding out 40
Through.
seconds.
They are continuing through with the count. No hold.
Oh, they're gone. Here
are
we
on
go.
our way to liftoff, and with that,
It's gonna happen.
we'll let you enjoy.
Oh, hell yeah. This is exciting.
And we are now being told that there is indeed a hold in the count. The flight director has called a hold, is the word on the net at the moment.
It's okay. That's reflected in
We
our.
are standing by. It is 8:28. It is the opening of the 62-minute window, which is what they originally targeting. So again, they do have 62 minutes to continue to try and attempt this launch. But as of this moment, the flight director in the Launch Control Center has called a hold ahead of the original scheduled launch time of 8:28 a.m. Central Time. We are waiting for official word on the reason behind the hold and the plans of if they will continue into this window. Ian, there's a lot of things that have to go right for this to lift off.
Yes, absolutely. There's a lot of things that need to go right, and there's a lot of things that can go wrong. Of course, they seem to have found a minor issue here. They are doing a slight hold now. We don't know the exact length of the hold, but they're doing some final checkouts, making sure that everything is on track for liftoff. Again, we will update you as soon as we get a new T0, but again, we are in a minor hold right now, just ahead of liftoff.
Exactly. And as mentioned, the window continues until 9:30 a.m.
There you go. The
local
SpaceX
time.
one says countdown hold for final
That
launch
is,
checks.
I believe 14:30 UTC.
So I don't think it'll be long at all.
We still have about an hour for them to figure it out. And it is important to note that at this point, it is a hold, not an abort. So they have not called off the final attempt. There is still a chance they will go today. And the word that we are hearing now is that the hold is currently in place for final launch checkouts. That is the word from SpaceX, that they are completing final launch checkouts in this hold. So again, that does not tell us exactly how long this hold will be and at what point we will pick up the count. Apparently, we are being told that Up to this point, they said they can hold for up to 15 minutes at this particular point right now. That is the word we are hearing from SpaceX themselves. So we have about 15 minutes for them to figure this out and perform these final launch checkouts that resulted in this hold. As soon as we hear anything additional, we will update you right away.
Sawyer, I had to jump in real quick. Can you imagine like somebody out there that's like triple, quadruple, quintuple, however many times they would check the list, and then like actually pressing the button or just letting it go forward? It's not really pressing a button to launch the rocket, right? But can you imagine being that person?
Going to interrupt you
Yeah,
really
it's
quick.
so intense,
We
Kirsten.
have confirmation from SpaceX that it was a booster pressurization issue that has since been resolved, and at this point they are working on final purging on ship 24.
All right.
Oh, that
Sorry
means
to
we're gonna
interrupt
go.
you, Rodas, but yes, I can only imagine having to make that call. To be that guy that has to call the hold. But then again, as we've said, scrubs not ruds, or you'd rather be on the ground wishing you were in the air than in the air wishing you were on the ground.
Yeah, and it's always it's good to show their engineering process that they're willing to pause the countdown and willing to lose a few minutes here just to double check everything.
Yep, and go ahead, Doc.
Sawyer, I understand. No, I understand being safe, but at some point somebody's got to tell it to go. Like, you can only check it so much, you can only look so many times, and at some point the rocket has to fly. It may be today, we'll see, but I'm gonna go back to staring at my tracking screen here.
Sounds good. Yes, we should get the clock resuming shortly. From my understanding, I believe it will resume at T-minus 40, at the T-minus 40-second mark. Waiting on official confirmation from that. But again, it appears that any issue they just had in the countdown has been resolved. Ship undergoing its final purge, with the count set to resume shortly here. As you mentioned, this is a good way to test their engineering features, and an important reminder, this is a test flight. So there is a potential for things to go wrong. There are the potential for these holds. So it is important to note that this is a test. So Ian, there's a lot of things that could come up that we might not expect, hence the unique name for
Well, I finished my
T0,
popcorn.
right?
Better launch.
Exactly, yeah. The SpaceX is saying excitement guaranteed for T0. We don't know what'll happen once those Raptors ignite. They especially don't know what happened, what's going to leave the pad. And we are now out of the hold now.
Flight directors, go
Ooh.
for launch.
Here we go. It's go time.
We are counting down. So at this point, we should be, I believe, approximately 30 seconds away, or 10 seconds.
Whoa! Ah, SpaceX's one is a bit behind. You get to see it proper again on the SpaceX one. Oh! Look at that go! Alright, look at the top left. Oh, look at that launch. And then the top right's got that beautiful picture. Oh. Okay, so now we're getting the in-flight, the mission control audio. Mate, look at that go.
Power telemetry nominal.
Wow, the sound from that, unbelievable. We are getting confirmation on that liftoff. As of this very moment, 5 Raptor engines have flamed out. So they are currently running on, that would be 28 engines as we pass through max Q, maximum aerodynamic pressure on the vehicle.
Gorgeous shots there. The vehicle going supersonic through max Q right there. Beautiful shot cone.
Exactly. Again, this was one of the biggest potential stress points on the vehicle. And so far proceeding.
Ho 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 ho.
At
Dude.
this point, it is running on 28 of its 33 main Raptor engines.
So 5 went down.
Vehicle continuing up. 6 engines.
If you look at the SpaceX one,
on this flight
I don't
so
know if you
far.
guys can see it, but
The next major
they're blanked
event
out, the ones that you can see.
Sorry, correction, 5. The next major event will hopefully be the separation
So if you look,
of the first and second stages, the ship
I
and
can't really
booster,
point, but you, oh, I can.
potential
See here?
back burn on that,
You can see which one's flamed out.
The vehicle appears to be turning. There we go. There's another view. As of this point, it is continuing on the flight. Although it definitely appears that engines are out. The last confirmation was at least 5 Raptor engines are out.
We can see the vehicle is seeming to rotate.
Yeah, there appears to be a spin as the Raptor engines appear to continue to be firing.
Yeah, SpaceX view is nice.
Yeah, this is indeed
Their ones,
noticeable spin.
their ones, their ones are more current than the one on the top left. So we will see it start now on the top left, and you get better infographics in the top left. But you can see that spin.
No other speculations at this point, other than we have the confirmation at least 5 of
You see that spin that's happening.
Raptor V2s went out on Booster 7, and our cameras are showing this spin of Booster 7 and Ship 24.
Oh, they're losing speed. You can see it on the SpaceX one. They lose speed and then they gain speed.
There is always the chance that something can go wrong. And that appears like the automated flight termination system has been activated.
Oh, they had to blow it up.
Vehicle's broken up there, ending today's test flight, but still a great load of data for teams to go through.
Damn.
Exactly. And again, that explosion that you saw is the flight termination system. We have confirmation that was the flight termination system that was ignited, destroying
Top
Ship
left is gonna
24
blow up.
and Booster 7 mid-flight. So at this point, we have our tracking cameras continuing to see what we can remaining of the vehicles. There is a look, though, at the team inside SpaceX headquarters in Hawthorne, which, again, a reminder, this is a test. So the fact that it cleared the tower and Stage 0 is still standing, the ground support equipment, I think is a huge success. You can see Elon there in the front of those screens. It looks like at the launch control center.
That's crazy.
So it cleared the tower, and the launch pad is intact.
Excellent.
So that is huge, and it made it pretty far into flight. I think those are still significant milestones. Look at that view. We have the fuel farm, the orbital launch mount, and the launch tower intact in one piece. That right there is huge. So even though we may have lost the vehicle, we have proof there that the ground support equipment can be saved, has been saved, and as a result will hopefully mean quicker turnarounds once they figure out what happened with this vehicle.
Exactly. You see a bit of damage there on the cladding on the tower. Again, does not look unrepairable by any means. So yeah, great outcome here. A lot of great
So yeah,
data.
remember, one of the main things they're trying to accomplish is not destroying everything.
Gather some data. How does this vehicle perform?
So in like a
And
traditional rocket
we have
launch,
a lot of work to do over the next few weeks.
all that ground stuff would have been destroyed.
Let's send it over to the teams that are down at Starbase right now for reaction. I believe we have Adrian and Das on comms right now.
Yeah, well they have to blow it up, right? Because it starts causing issues if they don't blow it up, right? You can imagine it just like spinning, losing speed, then it just starts plummeting, losing altitude, and it just dive bombs towards some area of civilization. Like, that'd be tragic. So they just have to blow it up in the sky.
The rocket was going up, I felt like it got hotter over here. I think it might just be like sort of psychosomatic deal, but good grief, Adrian, are you still here?
Some sort, yeah.
We don't have your mic plugged in there, Adrian. Oh man.
Oh, they had ways, but if you noticed, they were having issues with the engines. So some of the engines cut out, it makes it harder to control.
excited to hear.
And then it
your
was
thoughts.
obviously
This was
causing
your,
significant problems because it was
first
full
ever
spinning.
launch, and it just so happened to be of the most powerful rocket on the planet.
If I use this
I
top
think
left
I
one for a
grabbed
second,
the wrong headset while I was a bit too excited.
and we go back,
Yeah, that was amazing.
so you can see it spin here.
I still have to
And
see,
down
like,
in this
I
bottom
think
left bit, you can
500
see its
replays before I
speed.
understand what I just saw, but that was beautiful. Like the smoke.
Like you can
clouds,
see how much it's spinning out of control.
I'm lost for words.
We still have the smoke cloud up, like the huge cloud that's over Starbase. You can see it over the production site.
I think it was a
that
bit
is
further
all
back.
from the lift up. I've
Yeah,
never
here.
seen such a huge, persistent plume
In this
before
first
in
bit,
my
right?
life. You know what we needed to do?
You can see the speed plummet when it starts to spin.
Jack is gonna have comms right now.
I think they were trying to get it back under control, and they couldn't get it back under control, and so they just had to make the call to blow it up.
That was the craziest thing I've ever experienced in my entire life. Like everything was shaking. The earth was shaking. My cameras were shaking. If you took my feed at any point during that and it was just jello, I sincerely apologize. But that was beyond just. I have no words.
Yeah, it is actually. It's the planned aircraft for Mars. In its current capacity, it's perfectly capable of getting to the moon.
Waiting and hoping to see it start to move off the pad, and sure enough, you start to saw it climb up. Start to see it. I can't even talk.
Yeah, they want to get it done quick.
It did kind of a I don't even know, a tower avoidance maneuver. I don't even know.
So if I give you a bit of
Jack, I also think I saw multiple raptors flaming out because you could see while it climbing, like it suddenly just started to emitting like a red flame, and I think there was just raptors flaming out. I don't know. This was
Yeah.
like
Yeah. So I think they're having engine troubles. I'm just going to turn this down for a second. So the way that what they're planning on doing, right? First of all, the first thing he's trying to do, get this thing. This is the ship here, right? This top bit is the black bit, the ship, and then this is the booster that gets it out of our orbit. So what he's trying to do at the moment is use this to get to the moon reliably and repetitively. So if we have to destroy it every single time, that's not reliable or repetitive. Whereas, if we can reuse it, much more reliable, can happen much more often. So the plan is, this thing gets to the moon. Once that's established reliably, they then start setting up ways to create the fuel on the moon. Sounds crazy, right? But the Earth's gravity is far more intense than anywhere else in our solar system. So as long as we can break out of our gravity, the rest of space travel is pretty easy. So for the Mars mission that he's planning, the idea is this booster gets the ship out to space, and then what happens is the actual spaceship bit of it then gets refueled on the moon or at the moon or near the moon somehow, aims itself towards Mars and makes its boost towards Mars, and that's how they get there and back. Because they need less fuel once they're out there. Like the ship could do it itself without the booster, because their gravity's way less once you're out of Earth.
Of all the rocket launches I've ever seen in my entire life, of all the cool things I've seen.
Does that make sense?
Let's be honest. I'm fortunate enough to see in my entire
So it's why the ship is able to leave the moon and come back without the booster, because it doesn't need as much to come back, but it needs heaps to get out of the Earth. To get out of Earth, you need tons, but to come back, it's not nearly as much.
I'm going to go edit that, get that up for you guys hopefully in the next few minutes. In the meantime, I am going to sign off temporarily, and we'll talk to you guys soon.
Nice. And folks, you know what we're doing.
Oh,
We
Elon
have all the different
is
things
single-handedly
that comes into our systems. We
making
have
space travel
that are gonna come out. We have videos, we're gonna
so
have
different
clips
to what
and replays and all
NASA would
sorts
have
of
made
stuff.
it.
So if you
Like,
thought that was the whole show,
he's single-handedly making it realistic.
during the
and
launch,
like
during the actual
trying to
live
make
stream.
it more
We are
affordable and
pulling
common and
that
normal.
now so we can show it to you.
And like
So
he's
that is
trying
what
not to
we're
be
up to.
wasteful
Don't
with
go
things.
anywhere. We have all sorts of
Actually, like
replays and recaps
trying
and
to
still
get
photos
towards
coming in from the
reusing
remote
things.
cameras and all sorts of stuff happening right now. I'm starting to ping the people that I know this stuff is coming from. We got this image coming from Jack.
Yeah,
oh, wait a
exactly.
second. That's my view though. Look at my view on the screen. Did my stream feel?
Have
No,
you
my stream
seen how
didn't
he
freeze
gets
because
his
there's not a
satellites
rocket on the pad anymore.
in the sky for Starlink?
Am I the only one talking? Am I even here anymore?
I can't even. I'm sorry. I'm just like I can't even believe what we just saw. I can't even believe we saw what we just saw.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
That was just.
All right, I'm gonna mute this for a second. We'll come back. Where's their latest Starlink? So he live streams every single one. You can see here all these Starlink missions. Yeah. They're so good.
9.
So this is a smaller rocket. So to give you a quick idea, can you see my mouse? So this from here down is the booster. And this little top pod is filled with like however many satellites he's going to launch. And so he's just got to get this bit out into space. And then it launches a bunch of satellites and then comes back. Right?
And sounds like liquid oxygen loading is now complete on the first
There's
stage.
no people in this.
So
This is all
Falcon 9
droned.
First stage is fully loaded with RP1.
Right? This is his Starlink missions completely droned.
SES-20. Successfully 21 V2 minis.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
And you see down the bottom here,
2.
This is the timeline.
0. Liftoff.
So this rocket, this specific rocket and booster, like this thing, has been used like 200 times to put satellites into space. This one. Like that's how much he's keen to actually make things be reused and not wasteful.
T plus 30 seconds into flight, and Falcon 9 has successfully lifted off from Space Launch Complex 40.
So you get to see a bit more with this because it's a real space mission.
On the vehicle right now.
It's up here. It's about to break out into space.
Separation. First stage will today. Seconds. Miko.
So you can see here, it's left the Earth, and now it's about to start separate. So this is where the booster separates from the actual thing.
Main engine cut off.
Stage separation confirmed.
And there it goes. And so the thing on the right that you're seeing there is the actual like satellite bit that's now going to stay up in space, and it will do some things itself. But the cooler thing that I want to show you here is how he's kind of planning on doing stuff.
The MVAC engine ignited on the second
He's going to separate another bit, the fairing, which has got all the like satellite stuff. And now that's a satellite. That satellite's up now. It's good to go.
Of the fairing,
so that stays up there.
From the
now the cool thing is this booster that he's used 200 times now has to come back to Earth to be reused again, right? So what happens now is it steers itself and starts falling back into the Earth.
Stage 1 FTS has safed.
Right? The thing on the right, the satellite, its booster is good enough now that it can do what it needs to do because it's out of the intense gravity. The booster though has to come back so he can use the booster again to get more satellites out there. So it falls and falls and falls. Now, in the water at the same time, there's a landing platform that is also a drone. And so this booster with its own guidance system and this drone landing platform in the water with its own guidance system, they find each other so that the booster can land. It's very cool. And then he goes and gets it, and you can use it again for another mission.
And there's that landing burn startup. So let's
Watch this.
Falcon 9 touches down on
Look
our
at
drone
this.
ship. A short
It's gonna
fall
friggin'
down.
land. Look at this. It's gonna friggin' land. On the like the tiniest landing pad.
Stage 1 landing confirmed.
Look at that.
And some cheers there.
It's freaking crazy.
The Stage 1 vehicle has touched down on a shortfall of gravitas. We got some really awesome daytime views of that landing.
Anyway, that gives you an idea of what they're trying to do with all this stuff.
Oh my god.
Sorry, Ian. I'm pinging cameras to see which cameras are still alive right now.
Thus,
like,
you are good.
I want to find another cameras that's like fallen over or something.
Interrupt me. I'm going to keep on talking here. Jack, you're welcome to talk as well, but Das...
These guys have no idea what to say now. They've all just like...
But,
I will.
They've all just finished.
Look at the pad performing, I think, like a purge.
Yeah, it's doing a clean right now. Definitely chilling, not chilling, but shutting down the tank farm now. We can see there's definitely some damage there, some fence damage, some debris. Looks like maybe some minor fires there along the road as well. Not surprising given everything that just happened right now. But yeah, crazy.
Did we miss anything cool?
Just remote cameras and all sorts of stuff happening right now. I'm starting to ping the people that I know this stuff is coming. Look at my view on the screen.
I can't even saw what we just saw.
I know
A photo cannot to go here. I'm gonna throw it in
I
want
German sarcasm there.
Oh, stuff like that.
So happy.
Kept panel.
Oh, so gorgeous. For a while.
Tracking right out of the time, but so I don't know if you've got our truck cam available to show. One of our remote cameras got knocked over, and it's still kicking. It's still emanating from the direction of the launch site here, and all the remote camera launch. Look at this.
The state of the cameras.
Kicking. Look, there's some cinder blocks that we're holding here. We are orange. We are knocked over. Crazy.
Air. Back in
pictures. Everyone in the space was like for every.
Well.
Yeah, they're just talking about the fires that have started.
This was phenomenal to see.
Okay, time out. Can we get the remote camera in? The up it finally goes. Are we able to show that real quick, or do we need to take a second here? Because we have some of the remote close-in shots already coming in right now. I don't know if we're able to. There's a lot of smoke coming from.
Sorry, my dad's texting me.
Yeah, it looks like some proper smoke maybe coming from around the base of the site. Definitely gonna keep our eyes on that. Again, this is not surprising. This is the first test, the first all-up test of this launch site as well. So if there's some damage here and there, not surprising. But be sure to be subscribed to NASA Spaceflight, because without any doubt over the coming days, we're going to have some great videos from around the site. Once they open the road, safe the area, definitely going to have some great overview videos, so be sure to stay tuned for that.
Still in the van.
I was, yesterday when I saw pictures of the van setup, I'm like, I hope they have some spare windows ready. Yeesh, but hopefully it's still drivable. Anyway, that I'm still physically shaking.
All right.
I can't believe that happened.
See,
this is really like the maiden flight.
Let me show you the plan.
The Saturn V. Kind of.
This is their plan, right? This is an animation of what they're expecting to happen, or what they're trying to make happen, rather.
The most capable, the highest thrust, the tallest, the most massive launch vehicle ever. All those records have now been broken by Starship and Super Heavy today with liftoff. So records broken today, and crazy amounts of data have been gathered from the team. Of course, obviously this was not the perfect outcome, but this is going to be so much.
So then it's up there, detaches, booster starts coming back, right?
It's going to make the next flight with Booster 9.
Then this bit continues out into
on the NSF team is glad they
space.
Go to Hawaii and came here instead.
But watch this. This is the booster, right? This is what they're planning to do. So remember with the other one, it fell, and then they caught it on the launch on that landing pad, right? That's what they're currently doing. But this is what they're planning to do with this booster.
Yeah, I'm not getting any of the cameras on the van right now. I can talk
It
to
falls
the brain of the van. I can talk to the router
back to where it launched
I'll
from,
update everybody. We're
and
interested
it
in this,
catches
but
it.
none of the cameras on the roof of the van are still up. And the one camera that got knocked over, I wonder if we could roll that enough that it could roll so it could see the launch site.
Freaking insane.
It's got a tripod. No, it's on a tripod. I'm not.
So then now this is out in space. Another ship comes from the moon.
That would be hilarious.
To fuel this one up. So this is how they're planning on fueling it.
We got some shots there.
And then once it's fueled, it does its like last boost towards Mars.
What's up?
Hang on.
And then we're at Mars.
Second.
Copy that, DOS. So you can see the tank farm there. Everything was being vented down, not chilling everything.
There's like landing pads for it.
Down, getting the site safe, but still, look at that. There's obviously some damage around.
That's their strat. That's their plan. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, launch mount, but still tremendous outcome right there.
I just think it's crazy they're planning on catching the friggin' thing.
And again, coming up just about 30 minutes after liftoff, we got a ton of support here. So thank you to everyone grabbing things off the store. Some of our new metal prints. We have some going up right now, actually, as a matter of fact. We have some shirts, of course. We have the patches and stickers are being sold at a crazy rate.
That was beautiful. That was awesome. I'm really glad I watched that.
Here from Rage with $420. Thank you so much.
I'm glad Dad told me about that.
An immense amount of support.
That was spectacular.
And that's gonna, like I said,
there was a reality where we spend our night doing normal crap.
Coming up. So thank you so much for that, Ray, and of course everyone else for your support.
Instead of watching that beautiful.
I've got a status update on the windows in the van.
Event.
I see 2 of the 3 windows in the van right now. I don't know if the production team wants to show this shot or not. It looks like our point-to-point. I don't know if that's just a perspective thing or what, but the solar panel's there on top of the van, and then the 2 windows are still there on this side, but the back window looks like it may not be there. I'm not sure if y'all are getting a signal from that or not. But,
Their van might have got wrecked.
I'm really curious.
Not seeing anything on my end here on the production side, but
yeah, gotcha.
Still crazy. Oh, and there's a shot. Oh, never mind. But yeah, crazy thing there. And of course, hope everybody's cameras out there are safe. But I don't know how much that hoping is going to do there.
Yeah, I don't know what good hoping is gonna.
I don't think that much. I don't think it's gonna do that much, DOS. Unfortunately.
That was pretty crazy, eh?
But man, anyone else in here have any thoughts?
Did you watch that, Lauren?
Adrian, Jack, DOS, anything at all that's been processed or at least trying to process?
Atmosphere, Ian. Like the atmosphere was so cool. You could see everybody standing on their balconies and on their and everything. And I also want to showcase something very special here because we have something up in our store in the metal print section by Mr. Nick Ansuini, which is a metal print of the launch. Yes, we have a metal print of it.
They already did it.
Off. Here you go. It's now available at shop.nasaspaceflight.com, fresh from Mr. Nick Ansuini from one of his cameras. So if you want to get that, you can now make sure you never forget this day with that amazing metal print.
That's crazy.
Awesome. Great to see some metal prints coming up. And yeah, I can vouch the metal prints are amazing quality. I have one, I believe, of ship 24. Excuse me, doing a static fire.
All right, and, I'm gonna end my stream for the night.
That picture
on that note, and
I can see it this time, but yeah, tons and tons of metal prints.
Definitely go and check out those guys' streams.
So much variety to choose from.
Their channel is. Let's jump in. NASA Spaceflight. They are not NASA, but NASA lets them use their name. Don't know why. They must just be good mates or something. Anyway, go check these guys out. They're really good. They're a lot of fun. I hope that was fun watching something a little bit different at the end tonight. And yeah, if you guys enjoyed that, And I will see you all next time. Till then, stay safe, get some rest, and enjoy whatever you're doing. I'm going to keep watching these live streams and chill out. Maybe go back and replay it. That was really sick. That was mad. Anyway, I'll see you guys later. See ya.